discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Geekin Out. I'm yours truly, Don here for another Out of Your Mind Sunday stream, y'all. And good to have everybody back, and especially the guests that we have today. Of course, DonPrime, Lane, and Connor himself, Hot Toys Hotline. How y'all doing today?
Hey,
Doing
just another
great,
day,
man.
just another dollar spent, right?
You got that right, Don.
And just another fine day, finally under 100 degrees for the regular high for the day. Rained yesterday, so it dropped us down, so we had a high of 97.
So still miserable, but not as miserable.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we've been in the 90s here in Georgia, so it's won't stop, can't stop. Even with storms that pass through, like, what storm? Right. We'll bring it down to a couple of degrees. It's all good.
You're just saying what storm is because you've been in the Hot Toy storm since like 2020.
Absolutely.
Hot Toy storm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It rages, never stops. It's inside, outside, in your dreams. You can never escape it.
Was it Freddy Krueger?
Hot Toy Nightmare.
Howard Jam might be.
Yeah,
he's the nightmare for anybody that has 6-scale and wallet. Mm-hmm. He is the Freddy Krueger of it.
Good way to put it, Lane. I like that. I like it a lot.
So speaking of wallets, are your wallets safe? Are they all right? Any of you? Are they all right? I'm just asking for real because I'm here like, how are we gonna survive this? I'm like, the Dark Trooper. Look at that. Oh my god! If that means anything.
Don's a cheater. How'd he get it already?
Yeah, but I still got it cheaper than if.
No!
The internet,
and I did not go through Toys Scammerland. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I meant Wonderland. It slipped. To answer your question,
where toys are in the Lost Land.
Right.
To paraphrase a certain person who had to deal with them recently.
Oh boy,
that's a fun situation for sure.
Now we don't need to talk about. We don't need to talk about that.
Hey, I was answering your question.
We don't need to talk about that.
I just dropped my big pre-order that I kept talking about for like 2 weeks. I finally pulled the trigger. I was waiting for Wolverine to get closer to running out of time for that special edition. So.
Oh, you did it too. Me too. I pre-ordered him yesterday. Yeah.
So I got another Wolverine. I got 2 Vaders because you got to get 2 Vaders. This Vader particularly, you need 2 of them.
Yep.
Definitely need 2 of those. And then I got 1 of each other special edition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not usually one to drop a lot of pre-orders, but I wanted all the special edition stuff, so I said, why not? Why not just grab it all at one time and just rip the Band-Aid off now?
So, guys, you only got 19 hours left to get your special edition Gatling gun that comes with the Wolverine. If you don't need it, then, hey, you can wait till it gets released. So you got 19 hours left to get the special edition. The others, I think, it's like 17 days or 14 days, what have you. You got some time on the others, but
some of them are starting to get there. I think like RoboCop still got a while. Like he's got the longest time.
Yeah,
the other one should all be about the same time.
Actually, RoboCop is like just a little over a week.
So you're just unboxing your freaking Dark Trooper on live stream.
Yep,
that's just what you're doing. I like that cover art though. That's really nice.
Better have them gloves on, Don.
Yeah,
like I said.
We're all going gloves for the chrome clone, that's for sure.
Use the gloves, man. You don't want them fingerprints on that chrome.
I wasn't sure that or Don was pulling those out to show if he or let us know he had been certified for proctology exams or something.
You're going to be his first customer, Lane.
So that Batman says DX18 will be here tomorrow, and the Snyder Cut 2-pack coming on Tuesday. Nice.
I got both of those on pre-order. Heck yeah.
Yeah, the DX18, that's still a good one. That's Darth Maul for solo.
Oh, I'm thinking of DX19. I still need to get the DX18 because I passed on it and I regret it.
Yeah, my DX19 I set up perfectly. My DX19 came right with my
yeah, I saw your photo.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Perfectly timed to put the official Hot Toys logo on it too, right?
Because I was trying to figure out if I was going to use that as thumbnail or not. So I was like, I might use that as a thumbnail for the unboxing stream coming up.
So, for you guys, let me ask you, since Connor and to Nate, since you guys have pre-ordered here recently, and this is maybe just with some of the chat and stuff, how have you guys primarily been handling the way you've been setting up your pre-orders since with the time frames and stuff? Are you doing payment plans on them primarily, or are you doing them as pay when they do just the regular deposit and pay when they come out right now? Obviously, you could change that later, but how do you guys, especially with so many in within a couple weeks time frame, you have to decide if you can pre-order that.
So what
That's
did
really distracting, Don.
Yeah. I actually like it.
Thing.
It's a good ambiance in the background. I like the sound of the gloves.
that is ready to start washing the dishes here.
Maybe. But to answer your question, this basically this whole toy fair, I've been looking at these figures as they've been dropping on Sideshow and kind of making my decisions. Like, hey, do I want to fill up like 3 or 4 months? That most of those figures are going to be taking payments out around the same time. So I kind of had to make the decision there, like, do I want to fill up this time frame with these figures? And for me, it was a pretty easy decision because I feel like Hot Toys really came out this summer showcase and gave us stuff that we really wanted. I mean, we got RoboCop, Mighty Thor, Toby Spiderman, an amazing. So with that being said, like, I kind of just looked at it and say, I'm willing to fill up this time slot now for these pre-orders. And then anything that comes after that comes out around that time, I'll play the waiting game, because this stuff, I did it because of the special edition accessories. Otherwise, I wouldn't have pre-ordered it now. Not even close to pre-ordering it.
Yeah, but for me, if anything comes out in the future right now, for me anyway, when it comes to pre-orders, I have to be very selective at that point because I filled up a lot of pre-order slots just for these two alone. And I got like 2 more I need to fill up. No, 3 more because I need to pre-order RoboCop for the special edition. I need to pre-order the Vader for the special edition. And I got to pre-order the Iron Man for the special edition. So for now, if I have to drop a big pre-order, it's going to have to be a vehicle at that point. Get those pre-orders in early. So that's how I'm doing it. My God, I hear those ratchet joints.
Dude, this is an Iron Man figure. This is literally an Iron Man figure.
I was like, who's biting on ice? I'm like, that's not ice, man.
Dude. The side panels, like the side pouches, they're articulated. They're on like pivot joints.
Oh, it even articulates to the side.
Yep. But they're on joints, just like this one.
So guys, if you're looking for a neat figure, what Don is saying is a neat figure for only $260. This might be one to consider.
For sure. Don, any die cast in sight whatsoever?
Maybe in the joints, especially at like the knees, and maybe a slight bit at the wrist, because it definitely invokes the K2SO joints.
So it kind of feels like that.
Okay, so Bob Dylan brought this up. I think I know probably no one else cares about. Did you notice those exosuits Tyler and Johnson?
Oh yeah,
on the Sideshow listing. I noticed that too, and I am honestly optimistic about pre-ordering these because I really like the design. Like you could run these. I think Connor, someone said in the chat that you can run these with your cyberpunk figures.
I did.
I think that was Don and Cigars.
Okay,
about that.
Don and Cigars. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Like I like this because you can literally just rock these with your cyberpunk figures because it has that sort of like design, steampunk armor exosuit design. I like this. Yeah.
All right, I'm just like, tell me this is not an Iron Man figure.
Yeah, I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't see an arc reactor. No, I'm sure.
Yeah, you need an arc reactor though, bro. Come on.
That'd be a nice custom.
What do you think this is?
Can you imagine someone customized that and did the cherry red and the gold with an arc reactor? That'd be so sick.
Dude, that would be cool.
Yeah.
You can definitely pull off the flight pose if you're going to put them with.
Yeah, that was smart for them to allow it to articulate that far back. That's genius.
Guys, I think the smartest thing for this is the fact it can be split in 2. Even though it's not officially.
Oh yeah, Don, you got to split it in 2 if it's not too.
Yeah, I'm not doing that tonight. No, sorry, not on camera.
He needs to get drunk. He needs to get a little drunk to do that. That's why.
No, don't do that. Then it'll break.
Yeah. Well, no, with the splitting and everything, because I mean, it's not been officially confirmed, but considering they said to work with future like.
Oh no! It's everything but confirmed. It's going to work with the battle damage version that comes with Luke.
With Mando Luke, yeah.
It has the 3 different lighting settings.
360 says Don has a Hammer Industry suit. That's the Hammer to Industry suit right there, Don.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
here's the literally
straight
the
down.
feet will
That's
go
wild,
a
man.
full.
Oh, those joints sound good.
Oh, music in my ears.
Do it
They
again,
did a
Don.
dude. They did a fantastic job with this figure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If I had that sound, it put me to sleep at night. Yep.
Just like ambient noise in the background,
So
just joints clicking.
I think we can relate this now then as what the topic tonight, main topic you were talking about tonight. Speaking of the golden age for Hot Toys.
Yeah, exactly. You know, with everything that's been coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. And this, I mean, to relate it a little bit kind of to what our main topic is tonight is, I know you were relating it to a lot of, I mean, you know, we see, because a lot of discussion seems to be the quote overload and are they backed up and there's too much and how does it, I mean, I looked yesterday, there's like 75 pre-orders right now in pre-order stage for a Marvel alone. Yeah. Like, you're just like, but however, we seem to, you know, we approach this, and I understand why, because of money and being able to afford and everything, we have can have a negative connotation, just the amount of stuff. We like it, but we also hate it, kind of thing. Yeah. But I think just the transition using the Dark Trooper here, with the Golden Age, can we apply that to not only there's so many, the flip side to having a lot of figures, it gives you a lot of choice. There might be shows or stuff where 5-6 years ago, you may never have gotten them, you know, necessarily, even with the MCU around and stuff.
Oh, so I love this.
Go ahead,
I'm sorry. So the actual wrist joint itself, you know how like the elbow and the knee, they're solidly fixed. You can change it.
Oh, wow. Really? I had not noticed that from before for some unboxing. Dude, that figure. Okay. I might buy a second one of these.
Well, the one thing I'm liking is that Hot Toys is introducing, you know, elements from their Iron Man figures or their high-end figures towards their, you know, the regular figures, like what you have right here.
Oh yeah, and speaking of like the Iron Man situation,
Iron Man figure, yeah.
Okay, so look at the joint.
Oh, it's got that pivot joint at the thigh. That's cool, man.
Where you can
no, it goes down too. See?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, so you can maneuver. It gives it a lot more of the flexibility.
Yeah, so I mean,
it's pretty much an Iron Man figure. For the most part.
It's an Iron Man figure. It just happens to be a Star Wars droid.
Without the diecast, just that diecast joints. That's all you got.
Yeah, but still, this thing has some heft to it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. How's the weight? Does it feel like
it doesn't feel cheap? It doesn't feel plasticky. You know, it feels heavy.
So it's heavy. So it's heavy.
Did you see on the box there? It's about 13 to 14 inches tall, isn't it? It's like, I mean, it's big. It's not like Carnage.
Like Dark Troopers or Death Trooper size, like around there, I would imagine.
I think it's taller.
Well, my Dark Troopers, my Death Troopers are hooked up to soap reactor, so I can't go pull it right now. So, but yeah, even listen to this, like the waist crunch.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
There's a lot of engineering that goes into that. That's crazy.
I hear like figure arts flexibility is what I hear, that you can move them,
right?
Which is nice.
I was going to ask, doesn't the blaster magnetize to the leg?
Yeah, without the.
I'm curious what you think of the strength of the magnets. Ooh,
that's nice, man.
So that'd be a cool pose, like having him grab the blaster. That'd be a real cool pose.
Like he's looking down on him, like I'm gonna kill you.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, hey Don, you can, if you do any pictures, I have a pose request.
Okay, what?
Okay, well you just dig out one of your Grogu's, put on the fist on one hand, and have him holding Grogu in the other. He's about to punch Grogu.
I got you.
That's the standard trooper pose.
Well, I mean, I've got Din with the season 2 upgrade suit with the staff, so I might try to do that as well with Gideon in the background.
So I want to ask Connor real quick. So, how do you feel about the topic that we were getting into, the golden age of Hot Toys? Is that a thing? Is that where we're at right now with Hot Toys, with the way they put out pretty much all the stops for Summer Showcase? And the year is not even over yet. We still got New York Comic Con. We still got plenty of opportunities for Hot Toys to do more flexing, but they flexed a lot this year already.
We just needed to flex to get stuff out.
So I'll say this. Let's think here. Just a few examples of some stuff that people have been basically dreaming of.
You can almost do the superhero landing.
Damn, that's some good articulation, man.
I
like the sound of the joints, but
one of the blogger pictures I actually think had the Dark Trooper in like the
I think there was a post like that. So Connor, what you were saying?
Well, yeah, so let's just take a look at stuff that we have on pre-order right now that any new collector can come into the hobby and grab. The DeLorean, multiple versions of Marty and Doc Brown. Luke Skywalker in multiple forms, Darth Vader, like the Batman 89 right around the corner whenever they drop those pre-orders. Like, and that's just a few examples. I mean, there's so much stuff on all these Marvel figures that have been sitting. They all have deals on them. A lot of Star Wars figures too. A lot of troopers and other stuff from the Mandalorian that's also sitting that you can get deals on. So,
all right. So real quick, I just want to mention something. So you know how they said there would be future accessories? So on the bottom of the feet, there are, obviously the area to reference the blasters, but they have cutouts, so you could actually potentially put thrusters in them.
Whoa! I wonder if
the thruster effects.
It almost reminds me of like a 3.75 figure. Had that little peg hole in their feet.
Yeah, but there's actual depth that you could potentially insert blast.
Yeah, it's got to be for some reason, There'd be no reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the cutout to indicate the thruster. There's an actual potential place to put an accessory, because there is a portion to put the tab.
And that has nothing to do with the joint or anything, like the foot moving left and right.
No, because you can see it's almost, again, like you said on the 375 figure.
Huh. I mean, that's got to be what it's for then, for those. Like,
I mean, can you see the depth in it though?
Yeah.
Where it actually has position to put maybe a small tab.
Like something can key in.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the joint or the pivot, or even the sliding armor. Because even the foot has Iron Man style sliding armor.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's cool.
Oh yeah, look.
Does it have like the articulated toe? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it goes up and down. Up it, and then obviously.
I mean, that figure was what? I mean,
this is an amazing figure. I'm loving it. This awesome, is literally Iron Man technology and a Star Wars droid,
and a much cheaper figure. Like, it doesn't have a lot of die cast, but still, that's awesome.
Wow. So, what you were saying?
But yeah, so we just have so many options right now, and obviously, Hot Toys has gone through some dark times. I mean, I'm sure. If you weren't collecting then, you've heard about the sequel trilogy era, especially for Star Wars. During that time, it was just all figures that a lot of people just did not want. And that's the reason why a lot of those figures are some of the cheapest Hot Toys figures you can get, because that was like a time for Hot Toys where a lot of people stopped collecting Hot Toys because there was just nothing exciting for them anymore, especially if you're a Star Wars collector. Like, not only you had people that were very upset with the movies, but just collecting as a whole, they got tired of it because that's all they were getting were those sequel trilogy figures. And now we're looking at a time where we have all of the Spider-Man figures that you could ever want, all of the Iron Man figures, plenty of Star Wars. You got Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, like just so many different figures that a lot of people have been going back and trying to pay crazy aftermarket prices for the previous renditions. I would say it probably is one of the best times to be a Hot Toys collector. It's good and bad, of course, because if you don't have a super deep pockets, you have to be very selective. You can't buy everything, unfortunately. Not even me, not even Nate, not even Don, not even Lane. You can't buy everything. But it's definitely amazing to have this amount of variety and good variety. I mean, RoboCop, like there's just so many different figures that I would never ever imagine that we would have up for pre-order. Like RoboCop, how Don and I and all of us really were geeking out over that figure.
I think that was the biggest flex I've seen
for sure.
Right next to the Wolverine was the biggest.
And the Wolverine too, that's another perfect example. We got a Hugh Jackman Wolverine in 2022. Like it's definitely a great time to be a Hot Toys collector, but also again you have to proceed with caution because there's way too much stuff. Unless you have insanely deep pockets, you have to be very selective. Oh, and Vulture, I can't leave out Vulture.
Oh my god! I know Vulture is right around the corner, waiting for to be released. Hot Toys is like, let's
like
hold
I
off.
said,
let's hold off a bit. New York Comic Con, let's go.
Like I said, no spoilers. I don't want to talk about the movie at all for anyone who hasn't seen it, but I do see Hot Toys getting that Prey license as well. So I'm excited to see what they do with that.
So you're hoping to get the Prey license at that point.
Yeah, I've seen the movie twice now, and I could firmly say it's one of the best Predator films ever. Like, for me personally, others might have different opinions, but I absolutely loved it. And I think Cigars and Bacon put it the best without any spoilers, just saying Predator is back. I think that's the perfect way to put it.
I would put it in my top 3. I would put
for
it,
sure. Yeah, I think that's
fair. Predator 1, Predator 2, and then Prey.
I think that's probably where I'd put it too.
Yeah,
but the thing is, now you can consider that almost like a trilogy.
Yeah, pretty much. It's actually the prequel.
It's like a prequel, exactly.
It's a prequel. Yeah,
well,
that's the nice thing about it.
It's like the prequel that makes the first 2 movies make a lot more sense.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. And that's the other thing, guys. If you have not started on any of the Predator films, it's okay. You can watch this one because it's a prequel. It's fine, I think, to start off on this one. And I think it's a good way to introduce people because you know how some people are. They don't like going back and watching old films because the cinematography, some people are like that. It's like some people won't watch the original versions of the original trilogy. They have to see like the special editions with all the changes and the updates and such. So it's a good way to get yourself started on the Predator series, I think.
Yeah, I think like it would be a good start if Hot Toys wants to bring out that particular Predator. I wouldn't mind that particular Predator. It was fun to watch the brutality and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
It's still the same formula from the originals. Don't feel like you're expecting something new. The only thing is just a setting.
Exactly.
Much. It's just a setting that's new, and which is fine. I'm like, you can still take the old formula and just take it to another arena.
Exactly.
That's fine with me.
I mean, it definitely honors the first 2 specifically.
It still takes the formula. It doesn't. It's kind of like what they did with Force Awakens. They took the same formula again, and then which is fine too. But then after Force Awakens, all downhill from here.
Why'd you say that? Because I'll just say this: Naru is everything Disney wished Rey actually was.
Well, she got more of a character building presence in the film than what we had with Rey in all 3 sequel trilogy. But we ain't gonna get into that. But I do feel. But here's the thing, though. Even though all of us see that this is Hot Toys' golden age right now, or in general, wants to sell collecting at this point is the golden age as of right now. There are people out there that do feel that it's oversaturation. So, do you feel that Hot Toys is oversaturating the market with all these figures, or because I see it as a golden age. I see like a golden pot of all these damn figures that I can just jump in and see what can I grab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do I have time to get all I want? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what happens. We will see what happens with it. Like, I'm excited for it because there's all these figures I want, and I just need to plan it out to get these.
Right.
And they're not selling out as fast as they used to be. So I'm here like I'm not in it for collecting, grails or limited editions. I'm in it to collect what I can to build up my collection. I love these. I love these figures, man. I love it to the point where I would like to completely set up my living room, just freaking Hot Toys galore everywhere.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
I would probably say it's like a little bit of. I think it depends what license you're talking about. Because I think it's very much when you say the golden age from an engineering and construction standpoint, like it feels like Hot Toys has nailed being able to do the 6-scale. Like they've evolved things and everything. I mean, we talk about some of the old properties like Predators and all the problems, Maz would point out all the old problems with all the old Predators and stuff with the joints. And I think they've gotten to the point now where they really are just really good at production, and they've got the nuance for the construction. I would use, like, for instance, the Peacemaker. How that kind of looked like we were like, oh my god, like, are we back in 2013 or something like that, or 2012? Like that basically. Bane. We were looking at that Bane the other day, which had the single jointed arms and stuff, And then they came back with it, and we all went, damn, they got the helmet It looks like John Cena, and the arms are seamless. And wow, it's like almost a different figure.
Yeah, they updated that bad boy real good.
Yeah.
So okay, so another thing from Dean Winchester here, they can release as many as they want. It means nothing when final product doesn't match the prototype. Final product almost always inferior. They don't spend enough time to head sculpts anymore. I can't say that because, like, I would say that if like at least half their figures, Hot Toys figures, are whack, especially the head sculpts. If they're flexed on the figures of half their figures, but it's at this point it's only like 10% of the figures that don't make the cut as far as like how they should have looked. You know what I mean? Like for example, the or even smaller than that. But look at the okay, so I think he's referring to what happened with the Winter Soldier, Bucky Winter Soldier. That one, I feel that they played favoritism with that one. They're like, okay, you know what? We just grab the old head sculpt and work and pretty much update it, and that's it. They didn't really go.
We're putting our effort into the new Falcon cap. Like that's what we put the time and effort in R&D to.
Yeah.
I think the thing where I could say where you were talking about with saturation, it may feel like this isn't necessarily Hot Toys 1, but I really think even more than even really Star Wars. I'm not going to say there's a good amount of Star Wars stuff coming. You know, like we may have 10 figures or something from Attack of the Clones. I mean, there are some individual ones I know people wanted, but would we say we need a 10-figure line from Attack of the Clones? That may not have been the top movie everybody would have said off the top of their head for all of Star Wars.
Wait, give me a second. Give me a second. DonPrime is trying to top it. I muted him because he was making so the damn noise.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
He's having fun.
All right, go ahead.
No, I'm just like, this figure is amazing.
Okay, cool.
This might be the sleeper figure of the year.
I think you might be right.
So we're
Everybody
talking
used their budget.
The Dark Trooper, of course. Yeah. It's pretty much like you said. It's Iron Man. Like you were playing around with it like a damn Iron Man.
Exactly. The engineering. This is engineer Iron Man. Like the gun is awesome. I mean, granted, it's just a shotgun that was turned into, a Star Wars effect, but the magnet works. The joints are amazing, but the difference between this and like K2SO, where they have the same style of joints, you can actually pivot his like the wrist joints up and down. It's got the same effects as Iron Man in the legs, where you can actually pivot the joints. I mean, the back panels are even on rotating joints as well, so you can actually get different effects, almost like thruster effects on the back belt. It's awesome. I'm really actually very impressed with this.
Yeah. For example, that figure right there, Hot Toys did not need to go Iron Man on a Dark Trooper. Like the Dark Trooper only lasted for like 5 minutes on screen, which they're still badass. They were still badass in the show. But when you have them go up against a Jedi, they're wrecked. But when you had them going up against Mando nearly died because of one. Imagine 22 of them going at him. They would have all died. But Luke came in to save the freaking day. So
we know that more about them making Luke look badass and stuff like we wanted to see him necessarily, where they were the instrument for allowing him to look unlike an unstoppable force of destruction.
Yeah, I feel that I would understand where Dean Winchester's coming from if Hot Toys kept dropping the ball on every damn release. You know what I mean? At least over half. You know what I mean? I don't see half these figures as they're released every year, not, being wasted, with work or what have you. I get it. Some of these figures do get the butt end of the stick or the ugly end of the stick because they put in more efforts on other figures. Like what happened with Bucky. They could have done a better job with that. The body proportions was weird. And then the head sculpt, it's not too bad. The thing is, we've seen that head sculpt before. It's the one with the hair. They should have just gone with. They should have just done a new head sculpt. But I get it. They wanted to just put a figure out there. It barely came with any accessories. It was a hand-me-down figure from Infinity War. So, but the thing is, we're not getting hand-me-down figures on every damn figure. You know what I mean? Like we're getting updates. We're getting upgrades. We're getting like with the Dark Trooper right here. That thing is freaking amazing. Like they did not have to do that with the Dark Trooper.
Yeah, it's not like it lit up the pre-order list or anything.
And the Venomized Iron Man, I know a lot of people aren't a fan of it, but they did a great job on that figure. They delivered for sure. So it's like, it just happens every once in a while. They kind of drop the ball when they're trying to push stuff out. Unfortunately, if there's other figures that are ahead of importance on their list, one of them's going to get the short end of the stick and ended up being Bucky this time around. But
yeah, not all of them are going to be at 100%. But
there's something. But look at and it's not necessarily the HUD sculpts too. I mean, there have been some fails that we see, like on the Vision that came out. That cape of it is trash.
Yeah, the capes they still need work on the capes. I give it that because Hot Toys needs to work on the capes. The capes have been an issue for years anyway. So
I still think Kylo has one of the best capes. I love Kylo's cape. I think they did such a good job.
Vader's got the Vader's
Drake
got a good
capes,
cape. Yeah.
I already pre-ordered this bad boy. He was part of that big group.
Yep. So yeah, Dean Winchester brought this up right now about the Iron Man Mark III. Like, hopefully this is not another Tony Stank. I don't think this is gonna be another Tony Stank ever in our history of ever. Hot Toys is gonna come back with a Tony Stank ever again. I think they've learned their lesson with what happened with Mark 85.
Well,
yeah, the guy no longer works there. So
well, we also know too that, I mean, not just this guy, but there's two other figures that they kind of probably need to make sure. I mean, for their most marketable character, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, that they need to hit in theory this year should be coming. That Mech Test 2.0, they need to nail the head sculpt for that, being a new 2.0. Mm-hmm. And we've got also, for the first time, we're getting that racing suit Tony Stark in the Armor Up Mark V. They need to hit that head sculpt too, because that's a different sort of look and style he has there versus, say, like Mark III or something, you know? So they have a couple of those head sculpts, I think, those where they're not as preeminent as this one necessarily. Those are two that they need to hit the head sculpt, I think, for, you know?
Oh,
he's their most important character.
The Mark V suit upright, they need to hit up those. I don't think they're ever going to give us another Tony Stank. If they do, it's going to be another upheaval all over again. And if they feel it's going to be a Tony Stank, they're going to have to push it back. And I get it. Hey, push it back as much as you want. We don't want another Tony Stank, okay? We don't want another one. But I was looking at all the behind the scenes photos for this, and for some reason the lighting is causing it to be a lot older than it is on the actual promo shots. But when you look at the behind the scenes, he's not as old as they have him here in the freaking promo shots. Yeah. It's just so weird. When you look at the behind the scenes photos, you're like, damn, he's young. And then you look at the
Hot Toys still has problem with their blogging.
Their lighting is always, lack of a better word, ass. It's always bad. And I like that JC will take the sculpt and take a picture of it after it's announced, because that like sits better with me every time I see that, because I'm like, okay, that's what it really looks like. Remember Moff Gideon? Yep. When everybody was really upset about the Moff Gideon, he posted that sculpt, and I feel like a good amount of people were like, okay, it's much better than we thought.
Yeah, it looks definitely a lot better in hand photos, from JC, because when I look at this photo here, I was like, damn, that's old. But then when you look at the JC behind the photos, like, damn, he's young. He looks exactly. Young, probably to his age when he was in wearing the Mark III.
Right.
This is one I'm definitely going to be adding to my pre-order list. I do want the Val damage bonus there. And how much you bet when they release the Ironmonger, they're going to give you the special edition bonus with it, like as a regular.
I'm a bet against that. I don't think they will.
That's a nice.
Because here's why I say that. I think they've been pretty fair with the 2.0s. Trying to leave out some of the more important extra accessories to not make most collectors upset, Obviously, like Bespin Luke was a one-off situation where they gave us that Vader helmet, but I do think they've been pretty good about that. So I have faith that they will skip out on that.
And Thule says, I feel like our opinions vary and differ so much over head sculpt that even if it was 100%, someone will find a way to complain about it. Now, it tends to be that way sometimes, but overall, when a head sculpt is really good, most of the community will come out and say it's good. Then you do have that percentage that feel that it's trash.
Right,
but
like
Wanda. Then look what happened to Tony Stank. The majority of the community felt like, hell, I started the Tony Stank freaking quote. Okay, I started that thing. Everyone that calls that Tony Stank is because of me. Okay, because I was here like, dude, that's Tony Stank. That is not Tony Stark. And everybody just get hammering on that Tony Stank. So I feel that if the actual head sculpt is that bad, the community will come out and say it's literally bad, and that's why they had to pull that head sculpt back and fix it. Hell, whatchamacallit? Ant-Man was bad. Everybody said that thing was bad. Like everyone agreed that half the face was perfect. Just the freaking mouth part was ridiculous.
Isn't that when we basically now that is the head sculpt that, you know, when we say for one looks bad or weird, that is the blank. That is the Ant-Man head sculpt variation of that property.
I use that sculpt because it's so ugly and everyone hates it.
I feel that people do, majority of the collectors do agree that with certain head sculpts or certain figures, it will look, they look fantastic or they feel fantastic, what have you. Just that the small minority will feel that that's not Tony Stark, but majority will say that's Tony Stark. I do trust that there are, I do trust the majority at times, because I do feel the same way for certain head sculpts that I feel with the majority. Especially that Tony Stank. Like, I do agree. That thing was horrific. That was a cosplayer. That was a cosplayer as Tony Stark. That was not Tony Stark. That was not Robert Downey Jr. That was a cosplayer, a good cosplayer as Tony Stark.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I don't think that'll happen again because they probably lost a considerable amount of money on that, just based on like the labor that they spent paying the employees to paint all of those head sculpts and manufacture them. So I feel like they won't do that again. I feel like they'll be more selective. Obviously, like some people in the chat were saying, like some people are not going to be happy regardless of the end product. But with that being said, I mean, that one was just so far off from the prototype, and they changed things that didn't make sense. Like the hair looked weird. The expression was a little off. Like the details on the face were off. Like it was just so off that they had no choice but to pull it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie. If you don't have the Mark III yet, or you want to upgrade your condition, your collection to get everything height correct, this is essentially the quarter scale just dropped down to 6 scale. The quarter scale Mark III is an amazing figure. And the fact that it has all the armor, all the intricate detailing, it's got the fact the missile system is fully integrated into the armor, that you can move it or you can hide it to make the actual armor on both sides. The only difference is the head sculpt. We have the helmeted face sculpt for the quarter scale. This has a brand new obvious full head sculpt with the damaged head. But even like the arm, the Ironmonger arm is taken from the quarter scale. Yeah. Especially because I have the deluxe version with the Ironmonger base. So yeah, this was beautiful. I already have the quarter scale, and I already have the Mark III construction diorama set coming.
Yeah, so you're good for Mark III.
So people are bringing up the screws again. Hopefully this Iron Man Mark III, they will pull a a Peacemaker with it, to where they can actually hide the screws better with this coming release. I'm hoping. If not,
conspiracy theory, they actually use the quarter scale pictures to demonstrate what it's going to look like.
That's conspiracy theories. I'm hoping that the actual screws themselves get worked on by the time the actual release, because they look what they did with Peacemaker. They really helped us out with pushing the sales for that, because now I do want to pre-order it now, because you're giving us a better body, you're giving us another sculpt other than even though I did like the Yell sculpt, don't get me wrong, I like the Yell sculpt because I wanted that freaking Yell sculpt on Thor, EndGame Thor. Like, that's
and the thing is too is in Peacemaker's pistol might now actually be removable. Again, I'm just saying, the new person in charge, one of their things they specifically mentioned is, the no guns policy, that's out the door.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Hot Toys are allowed to have misses now and again. That's the thing, though. They don't have many misses. I don't think so either. Most of the time it's bangers. Most of the time. Now,
and even if they are missers,
go ahead.
They're in the prototype stage, and we call them out, and they fix it. Look at Battle Damaged 85.
Then
Yeah.
Peacemaker
What's
too.
And the
No,
Batman.
quick thing.
CMB.
What's
CMB,
up,
brother.
Cigar?
Quick thing on that DC and weapons thing. The Discovery team already announced that they're doing things differently. Like they're 86ing what Warner Brothers did with that. They're bringing the guns back.
Yeah, the guns are back,
Yep,
baby.
yep.
Yeah, that's what Don was
CMB
saying.
knows what
yeah.
I'm talking about.
Just-
Exactly.
yeah, Discovery-
He's
yeah,
just
Discovery
articulating
Channel.
it a little better.
Or the Discovery team that took over because, they already said that the reason they're scrapping a lot of these movies is because they're going to go back to the drawing board and they're going to do a 10-year plan like how Marvel does it.
Mhm.
And basically, the new Discovery team that's taking over for the DC Cinematic Universe even said that they are mirroring their plan exactly the way Marvel does it. Like they're going to have a 10-year plan and they're going to come out and be like, yo, we got a 10-year plan and we got like 30 movies for the next 10 years. This is the timeline. And then they said that they're done with the pandering. There won't be pandering anymore. This is going to be DC and the comics
Cigar.
and the movies.
Great, but
I mean,
I'm gonna hold my
yeah.
breath. I'm gonna hold my breath on that.
I mean, at this point, Warner Brothers is starting to sound a lot like the old USSR. Keep coming up with their
Well, it's
5 or
not
10
Warner
year
Brothers.
plans
It's
every
not
3
Warner
years.
Brothers. It's not Warner Brothers no more. It's Discovery. Discovery.
Well,
bought
yeah,
DC.
you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Well,
So
for the-
they're
for the-
revamp. That's why they're rebooting DC. They're gonna give it the without the Flash. I don't know if Flashpoint is up there because even like a lot of people are saying Flashpoint right now, it may still be going or it may be canceled 100%. It's still up to the team, but according to Discovery, they have plans to reboot the entire DC universe so that way so that the fans get what the fans have been asking for, not this, hey, we're going to give you this movie, and then at the end, when it comes out, go, psych, we totally lied to you.
But hey, you know what? You know what's gonna happen? The DC's just pulling a Palpatine on us. Okay, they're like the first galactic empire.
Exactly.
Somehow
what they're
DC has returned.
Yeah.
Somehow DC has returned. Okay, I'm all for Palpatine coming back. Okay, I'm always for Palpatine always coming back because he's always making the right changes to make peace and prosperity.
So we should be
the
seeing a lot
galaxy.
more. Like they're even saying that because a lot of speculations is saying now that Discovery took over, and you know how we got the updated head sculpt from Peacemaker.
Yep.
There's a theory floating around that the reason they updated that head sculpt was to let you know that hey, there's a new team taking over. And by the way, we're nixing all that stuff Warner Brothers did, and they're going to quietly just show you that, hey, by the way, that weapon comes out of his holster. Because the new Discovery team announced that, like, they understand that certain characters in comics have to use weapons. That's just how they were made. It's how they were designed and created. Peacemaker being one. You got Deathstroke. You got Deadshot. You got Vigilante. You got dude. There's so many other DC
Sergeant
characters
Rock,
in the DC,
Jesus, Sergeant Rock is
in
a
the
World War
universe.
II
I
veteran.
mean, even the
Yeah.
Joker.
Mhm.
I mean, you have other vigilantes in the DC universe that are like good guys, but they're still vigilantes, but they use weapons. And,
So-
they kill bad guys. They don't all just arrest them. They actually kill them. So Discovery realized that. And what they want to do is they want to give fans what they asked for. They want to give, because Warner Brothers was doing pandering with that gun thing. Let's all be honest. They were just trying to pander, and it blew up in their face.
So I wanted to bring this up real quick. As Chase says, DC will never be Marvel. I don't want them to be Marvel.
Me neither.
But
I don't want
what
them
I
to
want
be
them to do is set up a plan. Marvel setting up a plan is not solely for Marvel. Anybody could set up I want them to set up a plan. It looked like DC was doing whatever they want with their comic book movies. Whatever they want. They didn't have a plan. They were literally just trying to catch up with Marvel. I'm like, do not catch up with Marvel. Do your thing. Set up a plan like Marvel did. Set up a 10-year plan. It doesn't have. I'm not saying to copy Marvel that way. Do your plan. Do your plan. Set it up. Get us a proper Justice League setup. Do that. That's all I want is a plan. Get a plan together. That's all.
Yeah, no, that's what they said. They said because Discovery even said that that's what DC's been lacking was they didn't have a team come in, set up the plan, and then stick to the plan. They just came in and was like, yeah, we're going to wing it. We got 5 years? We could probably drop 2 movies in 5 years. And, we'll just do it like that. We'll just, it'll work.
Right.
And then
And if-
a lot of stuff. And I know somebody asked, is Supergirl supposed to be getting scrapped? Blue
No,
Beetle is
Supergirl's
safe.
done.
Yeah,
Blue Beetle at this
Blue
point is
Beetle's safe.
50-50.
But from what I heard, Blue Beetle's safe because it's not a Panda Fest.
Oh, so Gabe's gonna get his due respect
He
and
should,
due notice
because
for his work.
from what I heard is Blue Beetle is right now they're saying it's safe because it's not a Panda Fest. But like Supergirl got the axe and all those other things got an axe because they knew what it was. It wasn't
Well,
a movie
Batgirl
for
couldn't
fans.
be reshot because the script was so
Yeah,
quote unquote.
yeah,
Even reshoots wouldn't have fixed it. Reshoots would have just wasted money.
yeah.
It's like trying to
And then-
defuse a bomb when it's already gone off. Reference
And
quote,
they had
if
way too
anyone
many
gets that.
accidents on the Batgirl set. And it wasn't even just the Batmobile. I don't know how many times they wrecked the freaking Bat Cycle on the set of Batgirl, and it cost them because each one of those bikes cost them like $1 million and some change, and they wrecked like more than what they thought they were going to.
They
So
wrecked
they're
like 6.
Yeah, so they went
Like
completely
this
over
totaled
budget.
6.
and
Non-repairable,
then
non-salvageable.
Yeah, and then they
So-
totaled the Batmobile a couple times, and that Batmobile cost them $70 million each time.
Only 70 million. No big
Only
deal.
Only
70
$70
million.
million. Only
So,
$70
hey
million.
guys, I want to bring this up real quick. DonPrime has some news to share. I know. So DonPrime, we are going to go with pretty much the plan. So let's go ahead and show it.
Alrighty. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been giving away some swag bags, but all right. So let me introduce you to a limited run Geekin Out product. The first run will be giveaways. We already have a few select individuals who will already be given one. The next ones will be given away, and then we will have a limited number available for sale as a battle pack. So, and Nate has a picture. So what will be given away and what we'll be selling. So salute. We got the Geekin Out shot glass, especially for those Bacardi nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We have the Geekin Out shot.
He didn't even flinch.
So, and again, the battle packs will include a shot glass, a coaster, one of our magnets, an exclusive sticker, one of our magnets, and or a few of our cards. But I am also getting exclusive packaging made for this, and again, some of the stickers will be getting made for the battle packs will be exclusive. We will not be giving those away to anyone. Again, they're going to be white versions of our stickers. The white version you see there is actually a magnet. So you might get a white magnet, you might get a blue magnet, but we'll give you a hologram based on one of our 3 designs we currently have in stock. So again, we already have 4 people that have already been pre-announced and pre-chosen as thank yous for their past appreciation and support. Then we'll have 7 other battle packs to give away, and then we'll have anywhere from 15 to 20 to sell. And any of the battle packs I sell, what we're going to do is it's going to cover my cost, and any proceeds we get is going to go right back into the fund to buy more prizes for you guys. So basically, this is a chance for the community to help us out and fund our future prizes, but also get something else. It's kind of like a reverse Patron. You buy something from us, we're going to use it, but you actually get something for it. So again, we'll announce the numbers. We'll announce future plans when I get everything in and we run the numbers and how much things are going to cost to, cover things and, make it so we can actually get prizes for the community. But stay tuned. But you want to announce the first couple? Because I think they're here.
Yeah. I saw one of them. So
I see 2.
We'll see 2, but I still want to go with the original plan. So
okay.
We'll be giving away our first 2 battle packs to Bugman and Boxed In. So congratulations, guys! You get the first battle packs, the first test battle packs. So
nice.
Congratulations.
Yep, Bugman. I told you to watch and stay tuned, my friend. So you did. So those 2, Boxed In and Bugman, hit me up either on Instagram or on Facebook. And again, just confirm your shipping info to me, and I'll take care of those and get those shipped out. And again, we have 2 more already pre-given away. We'll give those out starting in the future.
Yep.
Congrats, guys.
So, DonPrime, did you happen to send any merch over to Boxed In before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There. Oh yeah. You see, there you go. I know Boxton's always watching. There you go. Yeah. But Boxton doesn't comment a lot, but she usually pops in and says something. So that's cool.
Yep. So again, just confirm your shipping info with me, you two, and we'll take it from there.
Cool. But alrighty. So what else do we have to talk about today? I think that's the end of it. Oh yeah, the shirts update. So I am looking. Give me a second. Someone's calling me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. The Geek Out shirts. I am getting some made, pretty much my test shirts to see how everything turns out, and then we should have him up on the store by pretty much middle of August, or I guess the 20th. There you go, around the 20th. That's where I want to set up the store now, right at the 20th. So it gives me time to test out the shirts, see how well they come out. Because there's some I got in, and there's an issue with the paint. I don't know why it's happening that way with the paint. So I need to redo the purchase on those shirts. So don't worry. I need to. It's just one particular shirt that I'm having issues with, and I need to do another purchase to see what's going on. I think it's just the material that's transferring over. So once I get that done, then we'll be setting things up for the 20th. I know everybody's been asking about the shirts. I know. I just want to get everything right before I set things up. Sorry, guys. It's been taking a while. I just want to get everything right before we start sending things out to you guys, because I don't want you guys to get a bad product out of it. So, Nate, I want to army build them battle packs. Army build a battle pack. So you're gonna have to talk to Don for that. Oh damn, that's gonna be funny. Talk to Don, because we're not gonna have the battle packs set up with the store yet. I would like to do that in the future, but we're trying to set up things where with the battle packs you can purchase them through what we offer through materials through the store, because through the store they offer their materials. DonPrime is doing his own setup at his own like he's buying these up and creating these. So I'm trying to figure out the material wise, like will this transfer well over to that. So once we get that cleared up with the store, then we'll see if we'll have the battle packs set up with the store in the future. But for now, we'll have the shirts and the mugs and the caps and what have you at the store, and then everything else, the battle packs would be through DonPrime. No, it's not condoms. Everybody keeps talking about who's spreading those rumors about the condoms.
I blame
Sean Donnelly
the collector.
when I previewed them in the chat, and he's like, it was an army joke, and now it's catching wildfire.
Okay, so did anyone get the Chrome clone yet from Sideshow? No, because it still hasn't been released yet. And what happened was Sideshow made it boo-boo again and pulled the money for those figures.
Well, again, I called Friday. Apparently, it is at the port. It might be a simultaneous release.
That could be another thing too. Yeah,
I've already seen a couple pop up on Mercari. I'm assuming those are people trying to get someone to buy their figure that hasn't shown up yet.
So even Jeddah, his money got pulled for one of the Chrome Troopers, and he talked to them like, "Yo, where's the figure? Like, you even took extra $25, which he should have gotten free shipping, but they took $25 from him, and then he's like, okay, send $25 back to him." So Jeddah even got hit with that. So for me, when it comes to pre-orders, what I do is I make sure to set up a payment plan. And then when the figure is ready to get shipped out, I usually just either get a chance to just pay it off completely at that point. So I don't have like a secret attack on my bank account out of nowhere, because they've done that before. They've done that to my Captain Puerto Rico, and they've done that to my Venom. I'm like, oh crap, $400, where that went? I'm like, oh, you guys didn't want to tell me about this Venom, huh? Like, no, we want to take it. Okay, whatever. So just be careful. Just be careful with Sideshow sometimes when that, like, if you have the single payment on. That's why I usually have the payment plan on, just in case something goes wrong. I'm like, and so you don't want that $400, $300, or $700 out of your account out of nowhere, and they don't warn you about it, because it does happen. It doesn't happen all the time. I still have some single payments out there. They haven't pulled the money out yet, so it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. It does happen, every blue moon.
Right.
But I think that's all we have for today, guys. With the merch news and the giveaway to the battle packs. So yeah, Boxton and Bugman, hit up DonPrime about your giveaways. We are giving away more battle packs in the future. Once we get those in, we'll let you guys know about those. And then by August 20th, I think we'll have the shirt store set up already by then. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's move on back to the subject in hand that we were discussing. Are we in the golden age of hot toys? So CMB, since you just came in, how do you feel about that? The golden age of hot toys.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. But yes, definitely. I mean, this summer showcase was a lot better than last year's, that's for sure. And if anything, like Monica was saying, that there might be a surprise third wave. It's not for sure guaranteed, but there might be.
Yeah, I think it was I think Monica just spoiled us with the rumors on that. They cut the rumors on that. It's over. The summer showcase is over.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, still, I think it is. I mean, if you look, with Hot Toys every year, well, not even every year, every figure, their quality gets better and better. So it's not like you could tell Hot Toys is not in the business of slowing down anytime soon right now. Like their team, their sculptors, none of them are getting complacent. You know, every figure we've been getting lately has been a home run. Even if it is a promo, it still looks amazing. And then the figures that have been coming out with final product have been looking just as amazing as the promos.
Yeah, and again, we do have we do have our bad eggs at times. You know, Hot Toys, they drop some not so bangers like the Bucky. Like, I get it, not many people are fans of the Bucky. It was a L. That was a L. That was a definite L.
They're not gonna all be knockouts. So, and the amount of figures that it's Bucky though. I could definitely see why they probably were just like, let's just get this figure out of the way. There's nothing like about that figure that stands out from any other Bucky figure. It's the same thing. You get a robot arm and an M249 saw, just different haircut.
Yeah, and then another thing with that is that the actual figure itself, right? The IW figure, that thing sat with the Captain Americas from IW. So that took a while. That took a while enough for me to get it. And the reason why I got it was because he appeared in EndGame. So there was I ain't gonna miss that. Like, the EndGame shelf needs to come alive, all right? And one of them is IW Bucky. He was in there. And he's still one of my favorite looks so far from the line of Buckies so far. For me, like I said before, like the Bucky that came out recently, I'm not a big fan of it. Wasn't one of my favorite looks from the show. So if we do get another Bucky, I'll wait till New World Order because I'm okay with my Buckies right now. I got my IW Bucky and I got my Winter Soldier that I would love a 2.0 of, but they'll never give us that until maybe another flashback at some point. I don't know, but we'll see. But I'm okay with my IW Bucky, and they're gonna go my alarm. But I feel that now definitely last year's Summer Showcase felt more like a Renaissance age for Hot Toys because they were putting out stuff and I'm like, where the hell did this come from? Deadpool Armor Edition, freaking Iron Strange, like a lot of weird stuff came out from Summer Showcase last year compared to this year. You know, I felt that was very Renaissance.
They needed stuff to make, and it's like, okay, what do we have available? You know, it was like almost limited options.
Yeah, I feel this year they've really honed down on the themes of what they were working on this year. They gave us some say, hey, the freaking I know Boba Fett Arena is Toy Fair, but they really updated that one. Was more like a 2.0 version of the original Empire Strikes Back, like the magnetized backpack. They updated this baby up. I can't wait to get this because I want to just see what the 2.0s they gave us with this, especially with the wired cape and everything more wired. Like, yeah, this thing's a cool piece. It is a cool piece. Is it better than the 2-pack Boba Fett? Nah, I don't think it is. For me personally, I think the best release Boba Fett wise has been the 2-pack Boba Fett. Personally, for me, because it's a 2-pack, it's a Pheonix Boba Fett, and I know a lot of people don't like the Tusken look because he was so whack in Book of Boba Fett. I get it, but at the time, that thing was amazing. Like everybody was all the talk of the town about that damn figure because of his resurrection in Mandalorian. But this is also a good piece too. Story wise, if you're familiar with the comics, and also the look, like black clad Boba Fett. This is freaking amazing. I can't wait to get this in my collection once they're able to ship it out.
I agree.
And also, I know people are asking, where is Clone Phase 2 figures, right? So where are they? Where the second? Oh my God! I didn't ask for the bots. Okay, there you go. The bots are gone. Anyway, so I'm thinking they're probably holding out for New York Comic Con. I think we might see more releases then, hopefully. Some more Clone Troopers and some
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu, Attack of Clones, Mace Windu, and then what else we got? Padme, hopefully. Like you already got the license now for the sculpt for
Mace Windu coming in 25.
There's something wrong with Lane, man. How dare you curse Mace Windu?
Never
like
being
you
released.
and Sean. How dare you?
Sean on Hot Toys Hotline has been insisting that Mace Windu is coming, but for Revenge of the Sith anniversary, and I am of the same mindset, and we are tormenting Connor practically every.
That's all right, because me and Nate will be chilling here, come New York Comic Con, jumping for joy when Mace Windu with the Attack the Clones line comes out because he's coming. Everybody in chat, I know y'all have faith. Don't listen to Lane or Sean. They don't know what they're talking about,
Oh yeah,
totally. You gotta have faith in Mace Windu, man. It's time. It's time for Mace Windu.
No, look at these droids too, man. These
R5.
look amazing. Damn.
He's got the bad motivator.
I got my motivator. Look. Yeah, this year was pretty cool for Summer Showcase. A lot of things my wallet was crying about because I'm like, you gonna get that? Yeah. How many? Yeah. I'm like, I'm just saying yeah because I don't know how many I'm getting. I just know I'm gonna try and catch up with all my army builds with these because it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The droids, you know me what I'm gonna do with the droids, and then the clones. Lots of great stuff this year. Lots of great stuff. I know people were asking for more Clone Wars related stuff, but I feel that there's still time to get that rolling for the rest of the year. They were putting out some of the stuff that was popping, like your Thors, your Thor: Love and Thunders, your Boba Fett's, what have you. The Wolverine that came out, freaking the Wolverine and freaking RoboCop. Those were a nice surprise. Those were a really nice surprise because honestly, like I didn't pre-order all the exclusives from last year. Some of them I pretty much said no to.
I skipped most of them.
Yeah, I only got the bare minimum ones because those are the ones I really wanted to keep in my collection, like the Iron Man Mark 1 exclusive. Damn, there was another exclusive. I can't even remember the other exclusive. The
Boba Fett with Throne.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did. The exclusive Boba Fett ships and what have you, holograms. I got that.
Iron Strange with the sword?
No, I said no to that. There was no need for me to get that. There was no need. Armorized Deadpool, no need. But yeah, for me, like I have to get all the exclusives. Most of them anyway. I already pre-ordered the Wolverine exclusive. I'm considering getting the Darth Vader exclusive because I want that hologram. I know it's stupid, but I want it. Do it. And then Iron Man battle damage helmet exclusive. I want to get that. Then the RoboCop battle damage and the Kenobi lightsaber box set. I got to. My General Grievous is waiting for that box set, man, just to put his lightsabers in there. I gotta do that for my General Grievous. So, like, I got four to five pre-orders I need to put in because of the exclusive sets. Don't get me wrong, though. If you guys don't want the special edition stuff, hey, no more power to you. More power to you. More time for you to pre-order. For me, I want to get.
You know how you would be better, Nate, to your General Grievous figure?
What's up?
Put it in the garbage can and throw it into the compactor.
How dare you?
That would be the better thing to do to that Grievous figure.
I mean, Lane, aren't you the one that basically traded a Dark Side Anakin for a Grievous statue?
Oh,
yeah, but that's a Grievous statue, not a Grievous figure. There's a big difference.
Yeah, well, you still portray
They're both
Dark Side
Grievous from
Anakin.
Sideshow, right?
The Overlord.
It's a Grievous statue that's missing one of its legs.
Damn. You betrayed the Overlord of Star Wars Hot Toys, Dark Side Anakin. How could you, Lane? You betrayed him.
Yeah, Lane, I was gonna bring that up, but yeah, you really betrayed Darkseid Anakin right there.
This is outrageous. It's unfair.
Nah, I think he's fine since I, have the Clone Wars Anakin with my staff. So
The Clone Wars Anakin's very nice. Very,
That
very
is still
nice.
very nice. Yeah.
But it's not Darkseid Anakin.
Don, I was trying to give him
$800 worth of
something, and you're
Anakin.
like, you're getting nothing, Lane. How dare you?
he is busy hanging out on top of my Deotals right now. And that
Take from them
wonderful staff
everything
up
and give them nothing.
Wow, Darkseid Anakin sold for $1,600 recently. That's ridiculous.
What? That person must not have done any research because he's not worth $1,600 right now. He's worth a lot, but not $1,600.
Wow, $1,600.
Well, he's worth whatever he is to the right buyer.
That's true too. That is true too. And see, everyone who slept on Darkseid Anakin betrayed him. Everyone only cared later. That is true too. People did sleep on that. They didn't even care when it hit blue screen. Like, yo, I supported my king. I bought him right from Sideshow. Right when I started collecting, I'm like, no one to order this. Nobody, right? Okay, I'll order it. Bam. Like, now I did have to choose between two Anakins because at the time I wasn't an army builder. At the time, the only thing I was army building was troopers. So I wasn't looking to army build just particular characters, right? But it would have been cool to get me the light side Anakin. But then again, I'm like, the dark side Anakin was so much better. And then here comes the Clone Wars Anakin. I'm like, yeah, there you go. That's my light side Anakin right there. That's all I need. I don't need a light side Anakin at this point because dark side Anakin is so much more epic. And then we got the Clone Wars Anakin. There you go. So
yeah. I'm lucky enough to have both, but I feel like I would have made the exact same decision if I had to pick between the two. The dark side Anakin is just on a much grander scale.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think of Anakin, you think of Vader, and that is literally the origin of Darth Vader. That is Darth Vader. Whether it says Anakin on the box or not, that's Darth Vader at that point. So
yeah, that is Darth Vader. You're right.
I agree with your decision there. I would have done that 10 times over, even obviously way prior to knowing what the price was going to be. I would have chosen the dark side one too.
Yeah, nobody. That thing sat there from what I've been hearing. I just started collecting 2019, and that thing was sitting there. And I was like, yo, like a lot of my Return of Jedi and OT PT figures, I was able to pick up because they were sitting there at Sideshow at the time because Hot Toys Star Wars wasn't popping because Star Wars wasn't popping. And then after Mandalorian, everything started popping again.
Yeah. So I know CT, I just want to address your comment. I don't think we're going to get a dark side Anakin for the Kenobi show. I just don't see it happening. If anything, if we get another Anakin, it's probably going to be from that flashback scene with Kenobi and Anakin from episode 2, like kind of the reimagined scene.
Well, at that point, it'll be Attack of the Clones, Anakin.
Right? And I could see. Yeah, I could see them pushing that to Attack the Clones, so it doesn't have to be like a deep fake figure like the Luke from The Mandalorian. I could see them pushing that as a Attack the Clones release instead.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they do something to de-age him, so that way we don't get middle-aged Padawan. Anakin.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they'll push it to Attack the Clones so they could do an actual
the boy
accurate.
is too old to be trained. Well, no shit.
Literally,
look at him. We got the freaking 40-year-old virgin here.
Oh my god. Let me see.
The
No,
40-year-old is still not a master.
40-year-old is still not a master. No, would buy that over the Clone Wars Anakin.
Like he killed all the Padawans. All the younglings made fun of him. You're too old to be a Padawan.
Right.
I hate you. I hate you all. I'm gonna kill you all one day.
That's ridiculous.
I'm gonna Reva you.
Kids making fun of me.
Yeah, to the Emperor. He's talking to Chancellor Palpatine. They're all making fun of me.
I don't like them. They all smell like shrimp butt. And they make fun of me. Kill them. Do it. Kill them all.
Do it.
They said you smell like shrimp butt. Do it.
Kill him. Kill him now.
Kill that, especially that British one. That's why they made sure to focus on him. Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? There too many of them. You kid. You said to me a couple hours ago.
He's like, oh, that's crazy. You have no one to protect you? Oh, no problem. I got you.
Just stick your arm out real quick. I just need, just like that. Yep. And slice.
Man, can you imagine if we actually like? Obviously, that'd be horrible. But can you imagine if like there was more to that scene with the younglings?
Well, there
It'd
is
be
like
so
a
dark.
there is like a an 8-hour cut of the Revenge of the Sith out there. So there was a lot more happening with that damn movie than that. Like there was talked about it since the days that the Revenge of the Sith came out. That there was an 8-hour cut, and I'm here like, damn it, man, where was that movie? I want to see the 8-hour cut. I'm like, damn, it'd be cool if they turned that into kind of like a series. If they ever
The Lucas cut.
The Lucas cut. There you go. Turn it into what's his name? The Snyder
Snyder
cut. Yeah,
V2,
yeah, the Snyder cut.
Release the Lucas verse.
Yeah.
Right.
So with also the pre-order release of RoboCop, I also do see potential at older IPs coming back. And I feel that Summer Showcase should be the perfect opportunity for Hot Toys to deliver older IPs. To develop that buzz and like, yo, everybody needs to see this and what have you, So I feel that it should be a perfect opportunity to do that with older IPs like Terminator, and RoboCop. I think had like an anniversary that happened
35th anniversary this year. Yeah,
this year, right?
Yep.
Or
Yeah,
so
it was
this year.
it was a couple months ago because they released a Steelbook 4K edition.
Yeah, you're right.
For the anniversary.
So that means there's possibly potential for more.
So this could be only the beginning, and that's why I feel like we are in the golden age of Hot Toys, because Hot Toys is just going to keep putting out products, like quality products for us to enjoy, and I feel that's another thing though. Like, even if we're in the golden age of Hot Toys, does that affect the limited flex on these figures? Because a lot of people like to collect for the limited editions out there, right?
In some cases it does. I mean, I still stand firmly on the ground that the Arena Boba Fett was completely intentional. Like, every single thing that happened with that figure was intentional. The 6 limit, I don't think that was a mistake. I think they did that because they wanted to see how fast it would sell out, and they also wanted to put out like another actually limited figure, because they follow the secondary market and they know the state of the secondary market right now. I mean, I just don't believe that a Sideshow employee was just like, oh, whoops, and hit a 6 instead of a 1. I think it was completely intentional. But then when they got the backlash of everybody saying, oh, well, why'd you let people? Because obviously, like, everybody had that thought, like, why would you let people get 6 of a limited edition figure? Then they were like, oh, yeah, it was a mistake. We're just going to cancel everybody that got, or anything beyond 2. We're going to cancel all those. I just don't believe that it was unintentional, I feel like it was a smart move on their part, though, because they, like you said, they know that a lot of people collect because they want something that's limited. So maybe this was their way of giving some people a chance at something limited, and kind of the same way with the special editions, but not as much, because it's just an accessory and not the whole figure. But I think we could see more of that, and I think Bob Dylan pointing out the fact that those two new figures from that Hong Kong film, the fact that those say limited edition. That's not only a good sign for releases as a whole. If they're willing to do something like that, like, the sky is the limit, in my opinion. And that's not only did they do something like that, but it's not exclusive to Hong Kong. Like, Sideshow obviously has those figures for sale. So I think that's a great sign. And again, because it says it's limited, who knows like how many of those are actually available for pre-order? We don't know, obviously, but I could see that actually being limited, because they know the amount of people wanting to purchase those in the US are probably few and far between, because a lot of us, it's not no disrespect to those figures because they look amazing. A lot of us just have no idea who those characters are. We don't know anything about the film because it's not being promoted here, obviously.
Yeah. Oilers Workshop. I think you're right. I think SS is fighting fire with fire now, using TW tactics within certain boundaries to get the market pumping again.
Yeah. They're not, obviously they're never going to admit that, but I refuse to believe that was unintentional. I mean, how often have they done that where they made a big mistake like that? But hey, it worked. I mean, look at the figure on eBay. That figure is selling for over $800, like, pretty consistently on eBay right now. It's unfortunate for those that didn't get to pre-order it, but that's just how it is. It's selling for animated Boba Fett money.
Well, for me anyway, when it comes to pre-order, I know a lot of people like now we're setting up with the golden age of Hot Toys, right? And there's a lot of stuff out here, a lot of product to move, right? And I feel that collectors need to prioritize on what they want to pre-order versus what they want to, get on sale, right? There's some figures that might hit, discounts later on because they sit around, because most of these figures do sit around. But I feel that if you are a collector that wants to pick up a certain figure that's your favorite of everybody, like for me, Bothan Arena, he's one of my favorite characters of all time. Bothan in general is one of my favorite characters of all time. This was a day one pre-order for me. This was a literal hour pre-order. The moment this popped in, pre-ordered it. I didn't care if it was if Sideshow had more stock on this or what have you. It was coming home. Like I wouldn't even care if I got this for discount. You know what I mean? Because for me, I still like, for example, the Boba Fett 2-pack. I could have got that for $300. Like with all the sales that were happening, I could have got that for $300. I still got it for retail price. I understood that. I still understood that because it's still one of my favorite characters of all time. Like I'll still put my money into that pre-order, even if that figure I get it later on would have been a deal. It would have been cool, but honestly, it doesn't matter to me. Now, certain figures I will choose to get a deal for it later.
Right, wait and play the game.
Yeah, wait to play a game. But for me, if it depends on my favorite character, I'll get it for full price.
I'm right there with you. I mean, I got first batch, thankfully, of the Sideshow Boba Fett 2-pack, and I don't regret it at all because it's been in my collection for many months now, and I've been able to enjoy it, and I was able to be one of the first people in the U.S. to experience it who didn't buy from a Hong Kong-based website. So I paid retail. I had a little bit of rewards that I used on it, but I'm right there with you. Like sometimes you kind of make dumb decisions because for your love of the character, you're like, okay, you know what? I'll pre-order it now. Like the special editions, that's a perfect example. A lot of those decisions are based on the fact that you love the character and you just want the best possible version of that figure. You want everything that comes with it. So you're making that decision because of that. I know some people are going to be purchasing them because they want to kind of part out those special edition accessories and kind of make some money for their collection. And I think that's perfectly okay because there's plenty of a time window. You're just taking advantage of that. And down the line, when these figures actually release, a lot of people who couldn't pre-order at this time, they're going to want those special edition accessories. So
for me, let's say you don't have, you love that character, but you don't love that character enough to put that pre-order in. You're not a pre-order type of guy.
Right.
I would say focus on the pre-orders on the bigger ticket items, like your Iron Mans or your DeLoreans, your vehicles, because they have such a bigger ticket item on it, and also the fact that the payment plans. If you want to work on a payment plan to get that, knock that $800 figure down a bit, so you can pay it off later. There's still strategies here with pre-orders that do help out collectors in the long run. But again, if you're looking to pre-order, you gotta have that love for that character to pre-order it, and also the fact that you gotta keep up with the news, keep up with the warning signs out there. This right here. Let's say you're not a big Star Wars collector, but your favorite is Boba Fett, and you were hearing the news that Boba Fett was selling out at HK, and Boba Fett was selling for $600, $800 on eBay before it hit Sideshow. At that point, it should have been a day one pre-order. No doubts, because you didn't want to miss out on this damn freaking figure because it had all the makings of this figure to be selling out. So, and also the bots are back. Let me delete them real quick. So, I guess let's go down the list. So, DonPrime, how do you feel about in the golden age of Hot Toys? Do you feel that there's still room for pre-ordering?
It's the specific to each person and specific to the IP. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. Again, it all depends on what you want, depends on the availability, and it depends on your wallet, unfortunately. I mean, that's ultimately the biggest dictator, whether or not you can swing it. Now, if it's a figure you want and it means something to you, you're going to find a way to swing it. But if it's kind of a figure, hey, it looks cool, but I don't know if I want it, I need it, you're not going to prioritize making the effort to get that figure, if that makes sense. So
pretty much it's up to the collector, him or herself, to make that decision to pre-order or not. Because you don't have to pre-order everything. Okay, I know people. I know a lot of people like to joke around with me, like, "Yo, they just pre-orders everything." It's not about me, okay? It's not about me. All right, so just do what I say, not what I do, okay? Because I'm on my damn mind what I do.
That's my motto too.
So just do what you can do. All right, don't start trying to flex, because you start trying to flex, you end up like 80 pre-orders, like just like me. I'm like,
so
oh my god.
But
Hey, Lane, what you're saying?
I was saying, so you're saying listen to me, but don't do what I say, because I don't know what I'm talking about.
He just completely twisted that.
There's a middle ground where there's a middle ground where you got to choose your lane. Okay, I'm trying to quote. Well, it's actually a quote from Tony Stark, where he's trying to tell Peter Parker, just don't do what I say, not what I do. You know what I mean? Like, there's a gray area you got to stick to. Yeah, there's a gray area there, guys. There's a gray area with my advice and what I do. Okay, there's a gray area. Just learn from my success and learn from my mistakes. Okay, there is a gray area there.
Yep. Hey, and I'm not going in for the hug. I'm trying to open the door.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to open the door for you. Y'all just get out the car and go put the door to yourselves.
Go look.
Right.
Let me see. So, let's go on. So, Lane, what's your thoughts on it? On pre-ordering, during this age of
I think, honestly, and like what I'm doing, if you want to know you're going to get it, you might as well pre-order it. I know everybody's like, you might be able to get it for $140 later off certain other places or what have you, or whatever. But if you want the thing, or it could be limited, or you just know if it's a figure you're going to get, and then you should go. I don't see the point of waiting and not pre-ordering it if you know it's one you want. Now, if it's one you're unsure of, or you're like, it may depend, where am I going to be at? What's going to be all announced and stuff, everything, then no. But if it's one you're going to get, like this is one of that, like, you want a Vader, you don't have one, and that Obi-Wan Kenobi one, the deluxe edition, ticks all the boxes, well, then go ahead and pre-order it. Now, you may want to figure out, like, would a payment plan work better or something like that? So you still got to examine those kind of things. But if you want it, and it's like, then I don't see the point of waiting necessarily a year. Or maybe you need to make sure you wait till you got the money to be able to even put the NRD down or something. But if like, I'm getting this figure, this is one of my top ones that I know absolutely I've been waiting for, then go get it. Now, the thing with the golden age here is the fact the golden also means you've got 20, you've got multiple light, just for 6 scale or whatever. I mean, we were talking in the back how there's a golden age for a lot of different scales, whatever you like.
That's true too.
There's tons of different ones. How, not just what we talk about with 6 scale most of the time, but you might be a person who loves doing posing more. So there might be 12th scale. You've got a lot of different properties you might look at. Never had expected ever you would see like figures from it, that you might want to get those because there's something you really love. They may not have a huge audience, but the thing is, I think with this golden age, the flip side is you need to figure out a little bit more. It's not only just maybe the major property, like what we just talked about with Star Wars, DC, or Marvel. You might got to figure, you might need to make sure you narrow yourself down, and as much as you can, keep yourself focused. Like, if Mando's been the thing that's had you primarily involved in Star Wars, I know there's been like a Bespin Luke that came out, or if you weren't totally into the Obi-Wan show, you might need to, if Mando is your main thing that you love about Star Wars. Well, maybe you need to focus because there's a bunch of figures in that line. Maybe you need to focus on that line. There might be sublines. Like I'm intending. What's conflicting me a little bit about buying Kenobi is I really want that Vader. I have one already. I have the Rogue one, but I really like the battle damage. But I'm kind of focusing more like for Star Wars Hot Toys. What am I mostly owning, and what am I looking at more like to buy? Well, it's Mando stuff, and it's the Bad Batch because I'm planning to buy all of the Bad Batch. So I think those are things you have to consider a little bit because there is, and if Marvel, maybe you have to consider: are you going to limit yourselves to figures for the movie? It's not even specific movies. Do you limit yourself just to the movies and skip the Disney Plus shows, or maybe you're finding yourself more interested in figures from the Disney Plus shows? So you might have to do a little bit more consolidation on what you're going to buy, or else like you're going to say you're going to end up in pre-order hell, and then the golden age is going to become your personal stress factory.
So Dante, it will become the golden age turn into Dante Inferno at this point. Your
Pretty
paradise
much.
will turn into Dante Inferno.
Yeah,
Dante
and
Inferno
there
7 levels of hell.
Yeah, and there also might be, like we were talking about, there might be some other scales of stuff you have to consider. If you start getting into figures, you might find some other scales you want to get stuff for too. Or you might discover Lord of the Rings. There's other companies. Yeah. Well, that sounds like the Monica. But I'm saying, so it's with everything is great, and I think it's great. We have. I commented that there were 70 some odd figures for Marvel right now in pre-order. Some have been released already. They're waiting to go in stock at Sideshow. But that's that's a lot, man. 74 figures that are on the pre-order block right now, not including some of this other stuff even we've looked at, like, pulling up from, the Keaton Batman and other stuff that might be coming within the next couple of months. So the flip side is you may have to be a little bit more responsible about, maybe you have to narrow down. Even you might see stuff that you might really like. Maybe you have to focus on a particular line. If that's what most of your figures you've been buying on, maybe you got to focus and stay on that because there's going to be more coming for it. Or for Marvel, you might have to, you have to make some choices. That's probably the most important thing.
Well, again, like we're all iterating here, it's all upon the collector at this point. Like, if you're okay pre-ordering from the very start and having certain companies have your money for a year, then there you go. But then again, pre-orders do help out in the long run if you're looking to try and pay off certain big ticket items like a DeLorean or vehicles, because these vehicles are quite expensive compared to your normal 1/6 scale figures. Let me see. CMB, you want to share any thoughts on pre-ordering?
I don't do it.
You don't do it. You just don't do it.
If it's a figure or like item, I'll just say, like, it's a figure and item, I know that it's more than likely going to sell out, so it needs to get pre-ordered, then I will pre-order that item. But if I know that there's going to be a large amount of it, there's no point for me to pre-order it. I just wait for it to be in stock and then just pay for it then.
Or you'll pay attention to the blue screen alerts and what have you.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that. Exactly. I do all that as well. But like, I used to pre-order everything, day one pre-order. But then I just realized that there's no real point to that, and I'm actually losing out a lot of money by doing that. Granted, it's the same amount of money, but it's a lot easier to like bounce back from, like, say a quick $300 payment that they pull than it is to be like, for the next 8 months, because I stacked too many pre-orders because I wasn't paying attention, I'm paying $500 a month, until it's paid off, type of deal. So I just wait for it to come in stock now. It's a lot easier, a lot less heartache, or a lot less headache.
Heartache and headache. No, it's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of art in this from collecting, bro. You know this. Yeah.
what it is. I mean, if it's something like, you know, Boba Fett, black suit, I knew, like, when we were even talking about it, like, I knew that thing was going to sell out. Like, you needed to jump on that pre-order. Like, it was Hot Toys' first jump into a comic version of Star Wars, and just the hype from everybody, and the hype in Hong Kong with it being limited, and then everybody jumping onto YouTube and having their say. Like, you knew that thing was going to sell out. So that was like one of those figures I had to pre-order because I knew. You know, I even got one for TD, so I got 2 of them. So, I mean, yeah, when it comes in, it's going to be a huge chunk that comes out, but it'll be worth it. You know, and then like the Ecto 1 Afterlife, paying monthly payments on that, but I pre-ordered that because I knew that there's not going to be too many pre-orders for that. So when the windows close, that's it. So whatever was pre-ordered, that's going to come into stock. And like, you know, Bluefin brand, they might have maybe 100 or more, you know, in stock because they are the ones that are going to be distributing it. But as far as the places that you ordered from, like with the Ecto 1, is very limited. So like if you then jump on it to pre-order it and you don't plan on getting it like anytime soon, you're looking at another thing where it's going to be on eBay within a couple months of it selling out, and people are going to be like, "Oh yeah, you know, you want it now? $6,000."
Right.
So, well, you know, but also I know Pedro brought this up. So CMB is listening to Denobi too. So the thing is, when Denobi tells you don't day one pre-order, right? He's trying to make sure you don't get burned out.
I had a reason why I stopped, though. It wasn't that I was listening to Denobi too. I got hit with the big D.
The big D.
In my marriage, that basically said, "Hey, guess what? That shit's game over, bro." So
day one pre-orders are over.
I had to cancel all pre-orders and whatnot, get the money refunded. And from then, I was like, "There's no point to pre-order because, no."
Right.
Plus, I can't really because of my situation. Like, it's just, I have to be iffy about finances right now.
Denobi pre-ordered himself. He got the Arena Boba Fett because he's not dumb. He knows the pre-order. He knew the Boba Fett arena. We warned everybody. We were warning you guys about that Boba Fett anyway. You know what I mean? That figure was going to sell out the way it did. Like, it sold out in HK. Like, Denobi listens to the news as well about these figures. Like, he knows that most of these figures are going to sit anyway, and that you're going to capitalize on coupons with them at the long run. You know, like for example, the Darth Vaders. Like, you guys pre-ordered the hell out those Darth Vader battle damage. Look what they're going to do. They're going to sit for 6 months to a year, and you'll probably be able to get a coupon or free shipping on that. Sometimes you don't with Vaders. It gets very tricky with Vaders because I didn't get a free shipping on it or do coupons on it because it didn't last that long, you know, after a year. But you never know with Sideshow. Sideshow can be throwing like $75 coupons and a damn freaking Captain America out of freaking nowhere. So you never know these days. But with pre-orders, it's just that just make sure you don't get burned out, because that's how you see people on Facebook posting, "I'm leaving the Hot Toy game. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready," and then sell them for you know discounts because they're like they're trying to get rid of this collection and pay off another one. Like literally, I just saw somebody the other day on Facebook saying that they're going to go back to another toy company like Marvel Legends or Black Series because they couldn't handle the freaking golden age of Hot Toys with all these freaking pre-orders and releases. Like, again, you just gotta be careful when you pre-order. Just make sure you're smart with your pre-orders because not every figure is gonna be a banger sellout. You know what I mean? By banger sellout, I mean like a Boba Fett Arena, which just literally sold out within 12 hours. So.
I got a little Sean Donnelly actually shared something with us. Just a little information regarding pre-orders. He said expected to release in 2022, 44 pre-orders. And expected to release in 2023, we're already up to 85.
Damn.
So that just puts it in perspective how hard Hot Toys is going right now. And we're already filling up 2023 and into 2024 at this point.
And the bots are back in town.
Bots are back in town
third time.
again. So let me see. Actually, there's several there were several comments here about the Arena Boba Fett. I do want to address them too. I think Boxton was talking about how Boba Fett Arena does have potential to come back because the way they set it up, limited to one and open wait lists. It could be a possibility. I'm not saying it can happen. Like there's a possibility it can. Like for example, what happened to the Scarlet Spider. At one point, it did come back in stock for a few days, and it's after its release, and it's sold out within a few days. So both an Arena can have that same effect where there's still this excess stock that did not sell out. So they'll put it back. And hey, it's not going to come back like, yeah, it's going to last for a year in pre-order. No. When this comes back, it's going to sell out fairly quickly because there's collectors out there that missed out on picking this up. Now, those of you that are dropping $800, $900 on this damn figure, I do feel sorry for those collectors. I'm like, you don't spend pretty much. You know what you're doing, right? You're spending DeLorean money on a Boba Fett at that point. Hell, you're spending the quarter scale Gantry set with Iron Man in it. The quarter scale Iron Man Mark IV Gantry set. You're spending that money on the Boba Fett Arena on eBay. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's sad. I'm like, you don't do that.
Here's the thing. You guys got to realize, even if this figure is super rare, when everybody starts getting stuff in hand, the price is going to automatically dip a decent amount. Like it'll probably at least dip to $550, $600 after the first couple batches start shipping this figure. The reason it's $800 right now is because there's so few of them in collectors' hands, because all we have right now is what's from HK. As far as this figure going back in stock, Arena Boba Fett is gone. The wait list is what remains. They're going to be fulfilling this wait list. I've mentioned this before, but during the that little meta thing that Sideshow had going on, Doc Smizzle and I had a chance to talk with the head honcho over at Sideshow for their marketing team and everything. And he said that their plan is basically to fulfill the wait list as much as they can. He said nothing's impossible, but as of right now, as far as they know, it is officially sold out. So I would say get on that wait list, and that's your best chance. I just don't want people to get their hopes up and then this doesn't restock, because I feel like this one's probably gone. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it feels like this is it for this figure.
If Terry Smith goes on a live stream and says he can't get it,
yeah,
it's sold out.
Yeah, because he gets every figure.
Exactly. So I think this one's done for. They did fulfill some of the wait list, so if you're on the wait list, you still have a chance. But I don't think it's going to go back in stock. I think if anything, they've probably got many people on the wait list, so they don't need to put it back in stock. They could just fulfill the wait list and sell the extras that way. So if anything, I would just hop on that wait list and hope and pray.
So Lewis is asking, if we all don't pre-order, we come together as a community, every Hot Toy collector in the history of ever, come together and not pre-order, what downstream impact do you foresee? Limited availability, etc. So how do you guys feel about that? Connor, let's go to you about that.
Don't pre-order. Sorry, I was about to respond to a comment. So here's the thing. I don't think there's ever going to be a period of time where everybody just groups up together and says, we're not pre-ordering. You guys have to understand there is a large portion of collectors in this hobby that don't do any social media whatsoever. They don't watch YouTube. They're not on Facebook. They just go on the website. They see that something was released and they pre-order it. So because of that, there's no one influencing their decisions or giving them any information regarding pre-orders and what you could do later if you wait. So there's going to be probably a larger portion of customers that you think that are kind of uninformed of what's going on in the community and how everything works. So because of that, I don't ever think there's going to be like a mass, hey, everybody, we're done pre-ordering. We're all going on strike. We're not pre-ordering anymore. We're going to get the deals. You know, there's going to be plenty of people that don't know better and they're just going to continue to pre-order. And that's fine. Some people just don't do social media. But I think because of that, largely, you're never going to see that. I think they'll get enough pre-order numbers to where they have a general idea of how many they need, and they'll just always go off of that, and they'll be good moving forward. Unless it's like an absolute dumpster fire of a release, which, let's be real, even if it's a dumpster fire of a release, people still pre-order it. Like it happens with every single release. So I think we'll be okay.
DonPrime?
All right, so I brought the Dark Trooper out for just this very question because it's a situation where this figure was very low on the pre-order list.
It was.
But it almost seems like they took the R&D and said, screw it, we've got a certain amount of money invested. We don't have a lot of run, so let's put Iron Man engineering in it. So I think this is almost one of those catch 50 situations. I mean, catch 22. There was a limited number of pre-orders put on it, so the batch number is going to be limited, but they also put a hell of a lot more love in this if this was, you know, a 20,000 unit order. So it's one of those things. Certain figures are going to get more love if they have a potential lower run. Look at Rey from Rise of Skywalker. She came with so many extras at the release that weren't announced. So it's kind of, again, 50-50. With the potential of a lower batch, you're going to get potential more love, more accessories because it's cheaper for them to do with it. Again, it all depends on the figure too. I mean, this is an amazing figure. And I'm honestly going to think I could see this running into K2SO money, considering he's not very well produced compared to like Mando, especially the deluxe set where there were 20,000 units made. This has a very limited run, I'm going to call. And again, I see this thing going anywhere from 400 to 500 within 6 months to a year. So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a very, very good example there because, like you said, that one, if you look, if you're one of those people that follow, like, if you follow the best sellers, they were super low. Like, it's like all the hype just gone right after the last season of Mando. It just dipped off.
And I got both, so I'm probably looking at 1,000 between the both of them, and again, 6 months to a year.
Yeah,
so.
Very possible.
CMB, what's your thoughts on if we came all together as a strike against Hot Toy pre-orders? Do you think the limited value will come back with these figures, like limited releases and what have you?
Yeah, it would, because it's. I mean, if you look at things I wouldn't say a mob mentality, but when you get people that get into large groups that are in consensus, especially nowadays, and it gains traction, it makes an impact. Like, whether it be going viral or just catching the attention of a company, when people start doing lately, especially now, because, you know, nowadays you can just go quickly to anything. I can post a video about it. I can live stream it. I can go to social media. I can tag news agencies, you know, things like that. So if let's say if it ever did happen, if everybody did say, you know what, we're not going to pre-order no more, it would send basically a message to Hot Toys and to other companies that, you know, the consumers are fed up and that they will just pay for it when it comes out, type of deal. And then that too will also cause companies like Hot Toys and whatnot to create less amount, the quantity. So then that would make a lot of these figures, I wouldn't say grails, because, you know, grail is whatever you feel is a grail. You know, everybody's grail is different, but it would make these figures a lot rarer and harder to come by if they're making smaller batches. It might make the game that much more cutthroat too then.
Yeah, it would make the game cutthroat as well, because it'll be more limited. The way I feel about coming together at one banner against pre-ordering altogether, and we stop pre-ordering, I still believe that the figures will sit, but they won't sit as long like they used to. Remember, we have like a year, 2 years for Marvel, so no one pre-orders Marvel. Those figures probably going to sit within a year, between 6 months to a year, versus being a year to 2 years. And then we got the Star Wars. Star Wars, relatively, they would sit between 6 months to a year, right? Things have changed up a bit to where now they're sitting between a year to 2 years. They're really matching up with Marvel figures now. But originally, when I first started, the Vaders, the Boba Fett's, those sat for 6 months to a year. And then they came back again with the 40th anniversary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Luke Skywalker Deluxe that everybody's trying to get now. Oh my god, I need that freaking figure in my life, right? That figure sat around for 6 months before it sold out, the deluxe version, and then we had the regular edition with the green camo. So the deluxe did come with the green camo as well, with the desert camo. So desert camo scarf. The deluxe sat for 6 months, and then the regular edition sold out within a year. So I feel that we'll be going back to those numbers, where versus it'll be the 2-year wait for these figures to sell out. Now it'll be about a year, between 6 months to a year. So,
yeah, I mean, effectively, what I think we're seeing now, we're seeing the diminishment of the stimulus buyers, aka when they got stimulus checks, they bought stuff, they pre-ordered, they influenced the game artificially. You know, they increased the numbers artificially because they had free money. So when the bill was due, like Kenobi says, they're not even going up to bat. So I think we're seeing somewhat a return to normalcy, almost pre-pandemic numbers. And again, the fact people don't have random $1,200, $600 checks just to spend on whatever they want, which means they're not having the actual funds to buy these figures. They can put the deposit down, but they don't have the money at the end, or they didn't really want it. They just wanted to collect the pre-order. And so I think we're seeing somewhat a shift, not to pre-demic numbers, but a more stabilization of the true collectors, if that makes sense.
Let me see. There was a question from Dean Winchester over here. Let me see. I want to go back a bit. Where is it? There you go. How many do you think Hot Toys will produce for Paris and Batman figure? Also, which version will sell out first? Do you think it will sell out at all, or will stay in stock for a while? So let's talk about the figure that will sell out the fastest first out of the Batman set for Robert Pattinson. Usually the deluxe editions tend to sit because they're so priced up the way they are. You know, $375, $515. I think the Bat Signal Deluxe set here, which is the deluxe version meeting the Bat Signal, this is probably going to sit for a bit because it's $515. Not many people are going to drop $515. So this will sit for a minute, like within 6 months to a year. But like your regular editions, like your Batman regular edition right here, and your regular edition Bat Signal, this will sell out faster than your deluxe set, because usually the deluxe sets usually sit around because of how much price they are. Like, I don't really need that freaking base, so I just get the $300. You see what I'm saying? People like to go for more of the the more reasonable route with the price versus spending, because I saw the bio the other day. Bio was like, I don't want the deluxe edition. Why? Because there's so many accessories. I'm like, not many people want all the accessories that come with these figures. You know what I mean? They just want to get the bare minimum of the figure. They don't want to get the deluxe set. I'm like, where am I going to put all the accessories? I got limited space. You see what I'm saying? So many collectors will, back out on the bigger price of figures because of all the accessories that come with it. And they rather just go with, your average collector want to go with just the bare minimum. Just bare minimum with the head sculpt. I'm fine. That's why I feel
like with the diorama bases too, since we've had a lot of big things like that, the Spider-Mans and stuff, people might be aiming for the, non-diorama bases because they may not have space to fit those big things.
Very possible, yeah.
Let me see. I usually pre-order 3x3 a year because I get my wife to buy a few more. If I do laundry, I get one extra.
Well, hey, that worked. Well, for like for me right now, because I'm actually trying to make a decision if I'm going to get the Mech Test Tony Stark or not. And I've been looking at both partially I've been waiting for a coupon, which finally I have one that I can maybe use on it. But I've been kind of having to examine, do I want to get the deluxe or the regular? Because there's a $25 difference. My coupon, unfortunately, would not work on the special edition that comes with the extra arc reactor and Iron Man face piece, helmet piece. So I've been looking at
the bots back.
Bots are back in town again.
Yeah. So I've been considering the big difference between that is, the big robotic arm that comes with one versus the other. And I'm like, I might just do the regular one because I really want the special edition extra pieces with it, but I'm never gonna display it with the arm. You know, the robo arm thing is part of from the scene, because I'm just like, I would never be able to fit it where I'm gonna set it. So like that's something I'm facing when I'm trying to decide between both of those, as an example. Where normally I would aim for the deluxe, just because, like for the Vader, like I would say I would look at that one. I need to get the deluxe because that's battle damage Vader is the base, and then you get a more standard Vader stuff as the bonus. So if the thing with him is leaving out the special edition. If you already own a Vader, it doesn't matter which one, Empire, New Hope, the Rogue One, whatever, is, hey, Mr. V.
Hello.
V's back in
What's up,
town
bro?
again.
What's going on, guys?
I mean, you could easily make the argument to me that, hey, I'm just getting the regular Vader because I just need him battle damage. I already have a Vader where he's, in pristine condition. His suit is in pristine condition. Most times I would say this one makes sense doing deluxe, even though it's $35 more, because it's like kind of two separate Vaders combined together.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what was ingenious, where they made the battle damage the base and the extra stuff being.
I agree.
Clean, I guess, for Vader.
Okay. Yep. So Don, quick thing, because I know you got to go out at 8. Dean Winchester is asking. DonPrime is kind of like an expert on knowing numbers for the production of certain figures. So how many will be produced from the Parison, do you think? So what's the average? What is the average number? Like, let's set this up for collectors out here that are watching right now. What is the average amount?
I mean, honestly, I don't know, because it can range from insane numbers to very limited, like the deluxe Mando set, 20,000 just for Sideshow. Just for Sideshow. Now, and the thing with Pattinson, if InArt's going to do a Pattinson, does Hot Toys want to go all out with a limited number, or are they going to do like a 90% job with more numbers to try to basically beat InArt through volume? I don't know. It all depends on what Howard wants to do. Because, I mean, there are certain figures potentially you could see less numbers, but they take the research and development money and they make the figure overall better because there's going to be less produced. So, again, it all depends on what Howard wants to do, and there may be a little bit of nudge in what InArt's plans to do. But, again, that's minimal, maybe 5% at most. So, for Pattinson, and again, it depends on, you got to remember, there's a normal set, there's the deluxe set, and then there's the one with the bat signal. Is the bike separate, or is there a version with the bike?
The bike's separate.
The bike's separate. Yeah.
I mean, I could see this thing 3 versions running 10 to 12 plus minimal. 10 to 12,000 worldwide.
The movie did very well, so I could see that too. I could see a lot of people picking this one up.
And a lot of people do like to collect Batmans, so
yeah. And it's a great time for Batman. I said that the other day.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of options for vehicles or whatever you want to get.
Generations.
Yeah, there's everything. Yeah, multiple. I mean, Val Kilmer, Batman, and Robin, man. Like, there's a lot.
Now, if you want to talk about figures that might not last long, the Batman and Robins. Those figures crash on those.
I already know a few of us are getting those on this panel. I'm definitely.
I have a pre-order.
One of the stores around here has the Hot Toys tumbler for sale, and I talked. The boss wasn't in because I guess that place is going to start collecting comics to sell. And I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, if you guys want to do a straight trade for that tumbler," he was like, "I have to talk to my boss." I was like, "Well, I got some comics, some omnibuses that I don't read anymore that I'm willing to part with that you guys could sell because they're first print and they're really sought after and worth the money. You guys want to do a trade? We could do,
that'd be dope.
A couple omnibuses for that tumbler." And he was like, "Hey, write your name down, your number, what you want to do." And he was like, "I'm totally interested in it." He was like, "I'm pretty sure after I talk to my boss, he would be down for that too." He's like, "Because we're really trying to get our comic thing launched." I was like,
Right.
excellent. I might be able to get a free tumbler after this. out
Oh,
of
Cobra
this.
Commander, you and your business ways.
Business domination.
Love it, man.
Weather domination did not work. Corporate 500.
Now I need to do corporate dominator.
Imagine Destro just coming into Cobra Commander's room. He's like, "Why do you have these omnibuses and hot toys around?" He's like, "They're collectibles.
There's collectibles.
No,
They're
it's
for
like,
trading purposes only."
The accountant, where he just pulls out like a #1 edition of Action Comics. That's graded 9.9. He's like, "Oh, this will fund me for the next 8 months."
If CMB's trying to move
I'll pull out the first appearance of Destro. Like, you like that? Like how I got you in a comic? You like looking at that? This is your first appearance, by the way. I just broke the 4th, 5th, and 6th wall. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the bots are back again.
I know. I've noticed that. Also,
Was
want
that
to bring
5
up.
now?
I want to bring up Hot Collectibles is in the house. What's up, Dante?
Hello, man.
He picked
What's
up
up,
the
man?
that Luke Deluxe set. I'm like, damn, that should have been that. You should have kept that. And then wait, did he sell that? I was trying to remember if Dante ever bought that, and then he sold it and then he got it back. At least you got it back. At least you got it. That's a cool set.
That's still the best Luke in my opinion.
It is the best Luke. Yeah.
Yeah, even the Mando Luke does not even hold a candle to that Luke.
Yeah.
Like
I'm excited for the Mando Luke. I am excited for it. But yeah, the Return of the Jedi Deluxe, I mean, that's my favorite look for Luke, personally.
I just thought, is that the Luke that the deluxe Mando Luke, right? And it's a half piece of the
Dark Trooper,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that half piece can go on the regular Dark Trooper?
I think so, yeah.
Because they said it's separated. They can separate.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it?
Don
my
showed
God.
it
You
off
missed
earlier.
it.
That thing's amazing.
Like,
Yeah, I missed
I'm gonna
it,
be honest,
sorry.
this might be the sleeper figure of the year. It is literally Hot Toys engineering in a Star Wars droid. It is
Iron Man.
amazing. It has all the same joint features. Like the wrist peg, like the wrist joint actually rotates, unlike K2SO. There probably is die-cast in the joints. The legs do a full like 190 rotation. Everything is ratchet joints. Even
That's
the
awesome.
back panels are on their own individual joints. I mean,
Man.
the ammo pouches actually move up and down, even though they're made of metal. So you don't actually
Really?
have to protect those. Yeah.
Oh, sweet, man.
So-
And
so
then,
Are you planning to get another one? Are you planning to get another one after experiencing this epic piece in front of you? Are you getting another one?
Why'd you mention that? Because now it's stuck in my brain.
another one.
Another. Oh, hey, there we go. Another one. There we go.
Yep.
Another one. There you go. Another
So
one.
DonPrime. So that means
Another
now
one.
you can. That means tonight. You know what that
Another
means?
one.
You are the victim tonight. It's not me.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh,
are
yeah.
the
I mean,
victim.
I'm
We're
gonna be
all
honest.
the
I am
victim.
massively shocked and amazed. This is an amazing piece.
Yeah, it's
So-
right now, man. You know what's funny though? Sideshow pushed back my payment again. My last payment on it. Now September now. So I'm like, damn it!
Yeah,
Give
Don
it
made
to
the
me!
right move.
And you know the funny thing is, I bought this on eBay. Like my total cost was like $268, $269, and I got it off eBay from Toys for Kidults. And again, he's an actual legitimate eBayer, kind of like Tim said, except he actually kids for toy. Yeah, Toys for Kidults on eBay. He'll actually take and accept best offers. So yeah, I think he has 1 or 2 left if you're interested. So yeah, and I ordered it, and everything was tracked. I got it. I've actually been sitting on this for a few days just for tonight. So yeah, if you're looking for one, and again, it'll still be less than Sideshow price. Especially if you include tax and shipping. So
DonPrime, anything else you want to say before you gotta head out? I know it's 8 p.m.
nope. And again, thank you. Boxton and Bugman, they've already contacted me for their battle packs. Stay tuned. We still have 2 more people to announce as pre-winners, and then we'll start giving them away. We'll announce, the packages for you to actually buy them when I get, the other stuff in to go with them. Again, any proceeds, we're going to be using that directly to fund future prizes. So I'm not pocketing this money. I'm just taking my costs, and then anything over, we're going to fund that into future giveaways. And again, like I said before, and Nate knows and everything, we have a big giveaway coming up. We just got to sit down and film it. We might have something for New York Comic Con. And so again, this, the battle packs will be to fund the next giveaway after Comic Con. So.
Roger that. It's good to see that things are moving forward. I am very happy that we're getting the merch, getting things in order again, because I know collectors have been asking, the fans have been asking for merch. I'm like, I know, it's coming, guys. It's coming.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna head out. I've just got to do some stuff. I gotta talk to the rents, and yeah, I gotta move my car and stuff because my development's about to get seal coated in the morning, and I have to have my car off the property by 6 a.m. So,
Oh, geez. Good luck, man.
all right. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share this with your friends. Let everyone know. And again, with all the giveaways we're coming up, you have to be subscribed. And also, don't forget to check out 6 Scale Survival Guide on Facebook. You know, we're going to give you tips. We're going to give you tricks. We're going to try and save you money. And you can potentially see more things we're not going to talk about here. So again, just go in. Oh, and we got the goats coming up before I leave.
Oh, the goats are back
My
in
favorite.
town again. I know everybody been asking for the damn goats.
All right, folks. Thank you.
See you later, Don.
Later,
All right,
Don.
easy.
Later,
folks.
Don.
Later.
Yes, Ash.
And
There you
another
go.
one.
Perfect
The worst
send off
thing-
for
The
Don.
worst thing that
Yeah.
happened in the world in the past 2
Another
like,
one.
This
Just play that
3
with you.
months
Another one.
was Nate
I don't have friends.
discovering
I got
that.
family.
Like that's the worst thing that happened in the world. Was
Yeah,
Nate
the-
discovering those goats out. Because
Yeah,
that's going to be burned into our brains because they ate forever.
Instead of the world being on the brink of war, it's Nate finding the goats
Right.
as
Space goats.
No,
and Nate.
that was the best
Solved
thing
world
about
peace.
that damn movie, and it followed me to the streams. Okay, so I had to bring back the goats. Like, I love that movie so much. Those goats are beautiful. Okay,
You want your
Jonathan's
goats.
wife loves it. So there you go.
She does. She does
loves
love
it.
it.
Look, check it out. She
well,
loves it.
I am waiting for the goats though. You know, I'm waiting for the 1/6 scale goats. Like, I want them to come out either with Korg or with
I was about to say,
Thor.
Hold your horses. We need to get Korg first, and then we'll
Uh-huh.
take the goats.
Then it'll be
And Valkyrie.
deluxe
Hey,
pack.
No,
Yeah.
everyone needs the backup in line because we need to get Wong first. Like, we
That's
need
true.
Sorcerer Supreme
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
out of everybody.
Yeah.
How many
I would
times
agree
have
with
you showed
that.
up?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I
that's
think we're getting a Hot Toys Wong though, because over the weekend,
third
two
party,
separate
yeah.
third-party
Mhm.
companies
Yeah.
released Wong figures.
Hot Toys is like, oh, really?
Mhm.
Right.
M Toys
You-
released the unfinished head sculpt, and I forgot the other company that released the actual Wong figure, like
Yeah.
for pre-order.
I know what you're
soon.
talking about. Yeah, they actually
Yeah.
showed like clothed and painted, and
Mhm,
M Toys
exactly.
showed like the raw sculpt.
So, you know,
I can
and lately, given the
probably find
track record from these third-party companies, if we get two third-party companies with the same figure, that means the Hot Toys one is coming right behind it.
Yeah, sometimes it tends to be that way, right? Yeah,
Yep.
like about
That's
80%.
what it's been lately.
About
That's what
80%,
it's been,
yeah.
yeah. That's what it's
Yeah,
been
about
lately.
80%. Yeah.
You know where
Look
we're
at
gonna get our first
all the
Wong,
Loki
though?
figures that were third party, and then Hot Toys said, no, wait, we're dropping those too.
Jonathan with a $5 super chat. Just do it and make the wife laugh. Thanks for what you guys do.
Hey, I'll laugh for $5. Just keep sending it.
Save us. Save us. Save us.
What have you done, Jonathan?
Nate.
Stop encouraging him. He's gonna
Oh my
download
god,
more
another
sound.
$5 super chat. Bring out the goats.
We're just on a loop at this point.
Yeah, we're just. This is the next hour.
Right. So I hope you guys can hear.
Another one.
Oh, mother of God.
Oh, here we another one.
I don't have friends. I got family.
More money. I like money. Bring in money. I like money.
Oh my god, more goats. Oh my god, y'all just waiting to just drop goats. Oh my god.
Disney's gonna take some of your donation money, dude. You're using their sound for
Yep.
profit. Gotta hit it
Unleash
with
the
another one.
goats.
We need 5 another ones.
Another one.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, Make it stop.
I swear to God, this is.
Oh, Lane doesn't like it. Keep playing it.
If any one of us dies, it's gonna be like instead of a moment of silence, it's like, all right, play the goats.
Right. Can I have another one?
Yeah. It's summoned the bots again. Look at this.
Okay. So we
6
gotta
times.
We gotta
Another
go
one.
back.
Yeah.
We gotta go back to these super chats. Okay, so obviously MP. Let's go back. There you go. MP with $5 super chat. What up, Nate? Should I get the Hulkbuster for a new collector like myself? I have $300 off. Is it worth getting or go for the Iron Man 50? So you pretty much have $300 off towards a Hulkbuster, right?
Or
That's what he's saying?
I would imagine maybe he has $300 in rewards.
Yeah, okay. So if I would drop that on the Hulkbuster. Like I usually like with awards, it's for big ticket items. Your Hulkbusters, your heavy Iron Man figures, like your
DeLorean.
Yeah, DeLoreans. But the Hulkbuster, as a new collector, like that's what I did when I was first collecting Hot Toys. When I officially started collecting Hot Toys, my first pre-order was the Hulkbuster, $29.19. After Endgame, that was my first pre-order right there. Was the Hulkbuster? And I'm like, you know what? I gotta go with that Hulkbuster, man. If I'm gonna start this strong, I'm gonna have to jump in, at the deep end of the pool. Like, struggling to swim. Like, yo, I got this. No, you gotta jump in with your floaties, though. You gotta make sure you got the floaties first, of course, and then jump into the deep end. But yeah, for me, it was the Hulkbuster. That was my first figure I started out with as far as pre-orders. It wasn't my first figure that came in. Do it? Okay, he says do it.
If you got 300 off, then do it. I mean, like TD was a new collector, and I got him the Hulkbuster. And then I liked it so much because I didn't think I was going to like it. And then when I helped him unbox it, I was like, damn it, I like this thing. I got to buy me one. So now there's 2 Hulkbusters in this house. But anyways, if you can get it for 300 off, I would totally get the Hulkbuster over the Mark 50 and 85.
And also, it's a deluxe set, right? It's a deluxe set, right? Yeah, it is a deluxe set. 10% off, 140. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would do it.
The one thing I was gonna say is that I would say wait, and the only reason I'm saying wait until Sideshow has like a site-wide clearance, like they always do, like the big promos and stuff like that. So you could add to like the discount to that, because unless it's blue screened, I'm assuming you're on Sideshow. I don't know where you.
Yeah, it's Sideshow.
All right. So I would say wait until like they have something like that, free shipping or something that they're doing with the Hulkbuster there.
Honestly, he won't be able to save more than 300. Like I doubt it'd be like what, save the extra $50 on top of that. But if he's saving about $300 towards the Hulkbuster, that's the best that as of right now. Unless you're literally gonna pay it off with $500,000 off on that thing. $300, I think, is the best way to go about this with the Hulkbuster. And you are actually, for $300 off, you're pretty much paying for what the Hulkbuster was originally priced before it sold out. Years ago when it first got put up. I think it was like $800, $900 when it first put up. You're buying the deluxes now that comes with the jackhammer arm, which is about $1,100, right? So $300, you're roughly around there with the shipping and what have you, like close to what it was put out for pre-order years ago. So yeah, I honestly would I would if I was having $300 off, I would go with the Hulkbuster.
95 in shipping and 60 and something in taxes. So yeah, you basically, the 300 covers like definitely your shipping and some of the taxes. I mean, all of your taxes and then some on all other stuff. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you feel like the time's right and you want it now, go for it, man. I just think like sometimes they do these site-wide like deals and you can get an extra $50 back in your pocket. It's pretty cool, but if you want it, go for it. I don't think there's it's a showcase piece. It's a showcase piece for sure. You know, you see Nate's and C&B's vouch for theirs, so.
Yeah, I know people are saying that it's not the greatest of posing because you're fitting another Iron Man in there as well. If you want to do an Iron Man, you could do the Iron Man bust with it. Honestly, it's still a good piece. It's still posable. It's not as posable as as a regular Iron Man, but still posable. It's not like a statue. You can still pose it up. can do things with it. Just that you just follow the instructions to make sure you don't go over the top with it. But honestly, like, it's still a good piece to have in your collection. Like, if you're an Iron Man collector, or you want your first Iron Man piece, it would be either the Mark 7, it would be the Mark 85. Don't do the Mark 50. Okay, there's too many Mark 50s. Don't worry about the Mark 50. You'll probably be able to get that Mark 50 later on. Hell, there's probably people out there selling that thing for cheap right now.
You can get it for like 200, 220 easily.
Yep, I was gonna say you can get it for cheap.
It's a great figure, but it's just it doesn't hold a lot of value.
Yeah. So my top 3 right now for Iron Man, if you want to spend your rewards, $300 off, 10% off, it would be either the Hulkbuster, either the Mark 85s. I say Mark 85 battle damage because that's my favorite. And then let me see what's currently out there right now. Maybe the Gantry. Well, that's a quarter scale. Don't worry about
Mark
that.
1 is right around the corner.
Oh, the Mark 1.
Mark
Yeah,
1.
the Mark 1. Yeah, those are my top 3 right there. Top 3. If you're gonna drop award money,
still a year away.
I don't think it's a year away. I think it's like March of next year.
April to June.
Yeah,
It'll come out. I think it'll come out before then.
Yeah, I think that one should be shipping. Should be shipping to that. Any of the summer showcase should be coming out.
Yeah, I think they'll push it out early.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I recommend just going for that on the Mark no, it is revised, MP. The newer batches are coming out for the 85, the new one. It's the new head sculpt. It's not the old head sculpt. If it is the old head sculpt, you got to somehow, some way, if that is the old head sculpt they sent you, just message Sideshow and they'll take care of it. Because their new batches are the Mark 85.
Right, they should have.
New. Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't be having no problem with the old head sculpt. If you do get the whole old head sculpt, just talk to Sideshow. They'll take care of you. What else? But yeah, for me, Hulkbuster, I think everybody here is saying Hulkbuster. $300 off the Hulkbuster. It's a win. That's a win.
Yeah, because the Hulkbuster doesn't really sell for below retail much on the secondary market either. So it's not like you can really get a deal on that. The problem is it's so damn expensive to ship. People aren't willing to drop the price much because the shipping is so expensive, especially if they offer free shipping.
Yeah, a lot of people just break even. Like the only time I've seen it go below is like, hey, listen, it's going to be 800. You got to do for shipping, and wherever you are, it doesn't. That's it. So
right, or you have to meet me in person and get it. That's the only time you can really find it.
Oh yeah. If you got cash, it always talks, man.
Hulkbuster it is, and also the rest of the super chats that came through, they're all asking for goats. So,
oh yeah, we got a few of them.
Yeah. They asked for goats.
Oh, Nate has to do it too. Come on, Nate.
What's up?
That didn't sound like a goat to me.
That was more like an air horn.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Just scared my cat, man. Like he just jumped. He's like, what the hell?
I don't have friends. I got family.
This is gonna make me not want to see.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna
hear those I'm gonna hear goats and just turn off the streaming.
That's all I hear is goats. So V, we only got a few minutes, so let me hear your thoughts of what we were talking about. So the main topic was, are we in the golden age of hot toys? And if we are, how do you go about navigating through it? Because there's so much out there, and then there's certain figures you need to pre-order, not pre-order. Should you still follow the trend where you want to slow down your pre-orders? So, well, first things first, the golden age of hot toys. Are we in the golden age?
Yeah, absolutely. Because here's the thing: we're in the golden age because, like, the market, we're getting most of the hottest toys that we can possibly get out of Hot Toys, right? You know, we're getting RoboCops, Vaders, more Luke Skywalkers, more like, droids and all that stuff that are coming out. And back then it would be selective. Like you never knew what Hot Toys was going to do out of a property. And so now we're getting literally everything, and everything's getting re-released. So you're at the peak of like new collectors can come in and get the things that have been sold out for so long ago. Like right now, Iron Man 3, the first Iron Man toys, the Mark III is coming back out again. So if you missed it, you're getting right back in. I'm sure they're going to do a 2.0 of all that, the rest of the line, or 3.0 from the rest of the line of them again.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, it's like Hot Toys is becoming mainstream. Like I'm going on other sites and they're saying like, hey, check out this high end scale of this figure. Like, look how realistic it looks. And so like it's bringing in a whole new avenue of people are just blown away. Like it used to be just statues, but now we're seeing like an upward trend of like just breaking out of the collector circle to like an outward of just like a fan base of people. Like, hey, if you're a real fan and you really love this thing and you want something that's almost like a 1/6 of the actor from that movie, you can collect that and put it into your collection. And a statue is not, sometimes it's like that, but sometimes it's off like that. Because statue has like a moment or artistic vision of this. Hot Toys is a creative, I mean, it's like you can create your own moments, but it's like a super action figure, right? It's like it's, you know what I mean? Like everyone grew up with action figures and you're like, where do I go from here? And, you know, it used to be like
there it is.
The Marvel Legends, and they're like, why would I collect that when I could just go do Hot Toys? So
exactly.
And they're giving us all of it, everything. There's not one franchise that has been touched by Hot Toys. Well, I mean, you know, major franchise.
Yeah, I think the only thing they really haven't touched is Harry Potter, but hey, thank you to NR. Now we got Harry Potter.
Yep. Yeah. I think the thing with Harry Potter is a little bit different because like Harry Potter has more been about fashion. Like people that are really into like Harry Potter, like the robes, the wizards, the wands and stuff like that. Like
that's a good take on it. Yeah.
Right. It's just now. And like, the wands, especially. And like, if you go to Universal Studios, for example, they don't sell like figures really there. It's mostly like knickknacks based on things from the films, like actual items that represent certain things in the films.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Star Ace had that license and completely dropped the ball on that whole line.
Botched it. Yeah.
If you want to look at bad figures,
we went to Universal. Me and my son, we got suckered into buying the robe, the wand.
Me too.
Everybody does. It's like the thing to
I
do,
got
man.
it all, bro. I got the Sword of Gryffindor on the wall in my basement.
Oh, hell yeah.
We both got the robes. He got the interactive wand. I bought a Death Dealer wand.
That was fun
like,
though. The interactive
as soon as we
stuff.
got back to the hotel room, and I was looking, I was like, "Why the hell did I even?"
You're like,
buy
what
this?
have
Like,
I done?
How did I get suckered in? Like, they got me. They
played yourself.
hypnotized me at Universal to get it.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You fell into the visions of. That they presented to you.
How many times are you actually gonna have fun like that and be at Universal Studios? It was like. It was his first time, so I wanted to go all out with my kid, you know.
Yeah. And see, but that's the thing. Universal does that better than what they're doing with Avengers Campus or the Star Wars stuff. Like, you've Universal's like you can become the wizard and be interactive with everything, and Disney is trying to catch up on that stuff. Like you go to Avengers Campus, you're just walking around and seeing some events happen. You're not like a part of it.
Star Killer, don't do that. Star Killer, come on. Really think about it. Star Ace.
Look, let's hear V's opinion on this because I think he's probably the biggest Rocky fan here. Let's let V.
I have the poster right here.
I would say if you're gonna go for Rocky, go get the BTS statue.
Yeah, let's let V comment on that because I am curious what you think of that figure.
I got to look at it again. It was like him in the sweatsuit, right? Is that the one?
He had like the black jacket, I think. There was
but
one
the thing is,
jacket.
it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. It's gonna come out trash.
He's kind of cross-eyed too in the prototype. If the prototype looks bad, like sheesh.
Yeah,
I will never be able to
bring this up so I can fully dissect it because
let me
from memory I'll have like a Mandela effect. I'm like, it's
you're like, it's not that bad, and then you pull it up later, you're like, oh shit, what did I say?
What did I wake up to?
I'll never be able to burn that Homelander from Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that's a shining example of their greatest work.
Oh yeah, so this is the Rocky 2 version.
Or Bill Butcher. Oh yeah.
I will say, I think the only figure that I saw from them, like, well, that's actually pretty good, is the Gringotts Goblin from the Harry Potter line. Like, that's actually pretty decent. But usually companies that are pretty crappy with human head sculpts, they have a chance with creatures. So I'm not surprised by that.
Here's the thing, though. It looks, don't get me wrong. Like,
no. Oh
yeah,
no.
It's so bad.
Oh, look at his eyes. I just can't.
Dude, I can't. This is very bad because it looks like someone that did like like it looks like a regular Joe, like an Italian guy, got
Right.
plastic surgery to look like Sylvester Stallone.
Botox and stuff.
Yeah.
The Rambo like 3 figure and stuff. I forget who put it out. It was way better than
3-0.
3-0. Yeah, they did a good
3-0.
job. They did
Yeah.
a good
3-0.
job.
Yeah, that one blows this one away.
But here's the thing,
Yeah.
though. It doesn't matter, though.
Oh my
Even
God, it
if
looks so
Star Ace did a
cartoonish.
good figure, even if Star Ace did a good prototype, it's still going to come out trash. It doesn't
Oh, yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter. I need a Rocky. No, the Rock. It doesn't matter. I need to put that audio. I need to put this audio.
I'll get it for you. I'll get it. For you.
Different guys there. The Rock.
I'm
versus
I'm
Rocky.
surprised that Stallone allowed this, considering he's
doesn't.
doing the figures now. This isn't official. I thought they do an official
no.
product.
Is it? Oh wait, he doesn't own Rocky.
Really?
He doesn't. Yeah, that was like
anymore.
the huge
Yeah.
thing. So he
The
So
call of
they-
the goats
that makes sense
is
then.
initiated
Yeah.
once again.
Yeah, Ash Shake's calling the goats again. Here we go. One
Lane
more
sounded so
time.
bad. Like,
so
once again.
disappointed. It's like we have homework tonight, guys.
He's disappointed in you.
I'm sure partially this is my fault for my reaction for the last like half an hour. Anytime you can.
Another one.
Clone Collector. Oh, Clone Collector.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll go into it.
TD is right next to me. It's just he was messing with his lightsaber because he just got a new lightsaber today.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
Darth Vader lightsaber. Yeah, that's the new one, right, from Kenobi.
He's been here the whole time.
I heard him in the background.
He's heard everything.
All right.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I actually have to get going, as I mentioned.
All right, Lane.
Okay.
All right, Lane.
I'm gonna
All right,
be
Lane.
ending in a few minutes. I just want to hear the final thoughts from V before we head out.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I couldn't have been on earlier. I was,
It's fine. It's fine.
life finds a way and all that bull and crap.
right.
Yeah, bye, Lane.
So, Lane, you
Take
gotta
care,
go.
Lane.
We'll send our goodbyes here. So,
Sayonara,
Okay.
Lane. Have a good one, man.
Adios, goodbye, Avidas,
Yeah.
and whatever.
Avita thing.
Bees, never forget, guys with wizard beards are never late. They are always where they are supposed to be at that proper time.
Wise wisdom from Lane.
What if I have it on my junk?
Family channel.
Did we not
You got a
just
Harold.
have-
You got a Harold and
No,
Kumar
dude.
escape from Guantanamo Bay. What's going on?
Oh my god.
Like, oh my god, it looks so
I-
good.
I guess
Thought it's
B-
weird.
That's my favorite line.
B has selective memory when we just said, "Hey, there's a 12-year-old who's been listening to the entire time." Literally 30 seconds ago.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
kind of
he's
we
being-
missed that detail.
Yeah,
Nah,
C&B. So
it's all right.
I'm sure he's heard worse, maybe.
Yeah, if I trust CMB. If he said tone, I'm like, all right, I got you.
Brother.
Yeah,
All right,
if
well,
I don't tell you to tone it down, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to say is it's been great to be on, everybody. I know we're winding down here. Chat, everybody, thanks for joining us again tonight. As always, we always have a great time with you. HTH and I will be together again this Thursday.
Yes, sir.
B, it's always good to see you, sir. Cigars, bacon, and thermal. It's always good to see here, even if a little bit from you guys. Remember, hit the like button. Make sure you
Yes, sir.
subscribe if you're not currently subscribed with us.
Mhm.
Obviously, as we mentioned, we've had on the channel a lot of different giveaways, contests. We do on the channel quite a bit of that stuff. So keep your eyes out for different stuff like that. And, have a good evening, everybody. Did I hit
Thank you,
everything?
Lane.
Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.
Later, Lane.
Please.
Lane
So,
is so
yeah.
wholesome.
Yeah, Lane, he put in the work today to come in because he still got the COVID, so he's feeling better. So,
Yeah.
I'm glad he's doing better, man.
so V, final thoughts. So do you feel regarding the golden age of hot toys? Do you feel how do you feel about pre-ordering nowadays now? Because with everything that's coming in.
You're asking the man who missed the most important pre-order of all.
Oh, you brought.
It wasn't even a summer showcase, though. That's the thing. It was a
I
Toy
know.
Fair exclusive,
So I mean, so the thing is, it's like outside of that outlier, right? Pre-ordering, I feel like the thing is with pre-ordering is like it's not as it used to be. Like there is enough batch for the fan base that wants it, right? Like there isn't the frenzy of like, hey, the Athena Fett that came out and left. Boba Fina.
Boba Fina. Yeah, Boba Fina. Yeah, the Boba Fina.
Like everything that you want, you'll get it. So like pre-ordering, if you got the money, then do it and buy it. But I think the most important thing is understanding your collection and what you want. The one thing I've always seen is just so many people on second sites or second selling sites. It's like, hey, this doesn't fit in my collection, or I'm changing it up or doing whatever. And it's just like, and some people are selling at a loss. And I just don't want that to happen, because this is such an expensive hobby, and you don't need to collect everything. Just collect something that you love. Like no one is gonna. I don't think no one in this group has ever like doubted somebody's like, you didn't get that, or you didn't want that, or whatever, and all that stuff. Is like, if it isn't your jam, then it's not your jam. Like, you don't need to be collecting all the stuff that comes out, because Hot Toys is on a printing press, man. Oh, yeah. Like, look how much this stuff is coming out. We have Morbius. We have freaking Morbius.
If we can get Morbius and RoboCop, everything's coming.
Sky's the limit at this point.
Yeah. Like, it used to be like once in a while you could get like, you have Ghost Rider with Blade and then Hellboy, right? And that was it.
Right, they throw us a bone here and there to appease like the 80s and 90s fans, and then they're just like, all right, see you later, see you in 2 years.
Yeah.
And now it's like, who knows?
We got Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear.
How insane. Like a Hot Tales 1/6 Buzz Lightyear.
I know a lot of people's forgotten about Buzz Lightyear, but I have, and I'm still so excited for that figure, man.
Yeah. And not even mention
like the pre-orders, like
that's what started it though.
151 pre-orders, and then available now 156.
Insane.
That's crazy.
So I think the idea of pre-ordering and whatnot to go through is like, be cautious of your money and be cautious of how you're doing your pre-orders. Because if you're going to pre-order, make an Excel sheet of when the payment is going to hit, because you don't want to be going to your bank and be like, why am I missing a lot of cash and I cannot pay for any other bills? Like, you need to be putting food on that table, because they'll take it out for sure. Don't be one of those chumps that doesn't understand how finances work. Be smarter. So,
thank you, V. Last things, because we gotta start heading out. This is pretty much a good ender here. Y'all did not talk about the Hot Toys TW stuff. Well, I made it clear with the chat, and also made it clear with the members that, hey, we won't be talking about TW or talking about Hot Toys addressing TW, because it's not really it's news, but it's not the news I want to talk about. Or talk about. I love talking about stuff that I want to talk about, and it's not something I wanted to talk about. Now, if let's say Hot Toys pulls a freaking a score stirth on Toys CW, then yeah, we'll talk about that, because that's score stirth opportunity there. We'll talk about that, because that's ridiculous. That's crazy. Hot Toys pulling a score stirth, but they didn't. They just addressed that Toys Wonderland is not licensed or what have you. They just did it. And I didn't want to talk about that. That is something not interest to me.
There's nothing. That's it. That's the end. But that's the end of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Hot Toys put out a letter, and that's it. And then Toy Wonderland's put out another letter, and that's it. And there's nothing else that's happening. Everything's still running. So
unless they somehow find a way to stop the people they have buying the figures and standing in line, which isn't going to happen. Like,
no.
So and then if it was like super chat or something, then yeah, we're going to have to address it, because
so send a super chat. That's what Nate's telling you to do.
We can't do it now. We can't do it now. We got to end
I don't know. Could they get it in right before it ends? Let's see.
For 10 measily dollars, we'll talk about it.
No, don't super chat it. Don't, guys. I got to end the stream. I got to end the stream. Do not super chat it. If you guys want to talk about it, we'll talk about it in the next stream. And then that's the case. But we won't have it as a main topic. But again, if Hot Toys pulls a score stirs on TW, then yeah, we'll talk about it. It's going to be great, crazy if that happens. Any predictions on the next release? We got to do another stream for that, because that'd be another discussion. I got to end the stream now, so I have time to start getting ready for work. So, V, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in for the last few minutes to get your word out. Did you get your waitlist conversion or anything yet?
Mm-mm.
Stay strong, man. Stay strong. That Boba Fett is coming, man. Boba Fett's coming. Okay.
They're definitely going to do at least a couple more waves of waitlist conversions, I think. They're going to wait till a certain amount of cancellations and then, bam, send out more.
Yeah.
Just make sure to follow us, guys. Like Hot Toys Hotline on his shows and everything. My show.
V's got his new show, guys. You got to Go out and support V. I like the idea of covering newly released films.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing.
I'm
Prey
not good
this
at
week.
that, so I'll be there for that then.
Yeah,
because I love that movie.
I'm putting a panel together, so I might ask one of you guys. I know CMB was there, has watched it, so I might reach out to you guys
if you need me and I got the time. I'll be there for sure.
For sure, man. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just saying, trying to set up the schedule when to do it.
Yeah, guys, watch Prey. That's what that is. That's your warning to go watch Prey, so then you can go to V Stream and talk about it because it's awesome. So if you have Hulu or in some countries it's Disney Plus, go check it out. It's a great film, and it's not super long. Squeeze it in tonight.
Yeah,
Sunday night ended off with Prey.
Nate, did you watch it?
Oh yeah,
and Hulu
I've
has
seen
a
it twice.
30-day free trial.
Jeez,
so if anything, do the 30-day free trial.
Exactly. Yeah.
Prey,
Work that free trial. And
for me, I put it third
yep.
place. For me, I put Prey at third place. So
which
Predator
is a good
1,
rating.
Predator 2, and then Prey at third place. The one that was at third place was Predators. I had Predators on third place. Now Predators is back to fourth with Prey on third.
Okay.
So Prey is better than Predators.
I might just invite all you guys in then. And we'll just discuss it in the Prey review. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
But,
do it.
All right, guys. That's all we have for today. Thank you all for watching. I do apologize we didn't address the whole TW stuff, but it's not something I wanted to talk about anyway. Unless, like I said, it was scorched earth, then yeah, we'll talk about it because that's literally big news right there. But either way, thank you all for watching. We'll be back hopefully this week for a morning stream, maybe most likely. Oh, that's right, Wednesday. I am doing overtime Wednesday, so we're gonna have to end the stream around 8, so I can head to work. But what we'll do is I'll start the stream a little earlier so we can, get the most of it, just in case something drops. So I don't have to be rushing like I'm doing right now. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. And remember, we're just simple collectors trying to make our way in this freaking galaxy. And made a weapon with you always.
See you later, guys.
See ya.
Later.
Them damn goats.